Yebeko so that trade ampo onyankopon asese ode ne so ache is a Thursday ya wada stronko kra because ya wada we bi mabiem enti stronko kra once you are seeing today I say we are grateful to onyankopon. Welcome to Badwam on Adom TV multi TV so mamenka was a Welbeck Kofi Ampedu anoye pilot ably assisted by Dache Hinenanayo and Priscilla Vodafone Anaman and afi make out say control for the sound and afi set designers lighting for and makeup for the driver for wonyina ebo achi doma bibi ekokama me so me ne afia man kwa tamaklo adjoin team no any teto okra wo bus nim say de okwa kopem say nonkono bebo de say oya say obomode because ekwan bi won ma aye monchi bonka enti car na be hojo kakra tin yesra no pay say for safety belt bo o de bo wi dia that's what na say pampe so ne na eko for the next hours nonkono bebo a ibeja hanum say na onso akoso ahwe Adom TV ade efe kwa ne say onyame de ache o say na wo sa ahwe Adom TV a eno ma dwumedi ni edi mu wie peyo eno nso ma enei wo hye danase no utimi de serie hye danase okwanso nkosokora ubenya adesua fa agokansie ho nsem de fa abrabo mu nsem de fa wankasa na montu asese wutubi de fa amanyo sem ho ana de fa oman mpuntu nso ho sa adesua no so benya emuna so no ba bia sinto ne bonchi bonka bia obi a no so no eno sa ankomo no so de bebro ntimi je se wa krado de akase ani afia man kwa ma ba ko mi no bisisi a na afia ma be ka kire so obi ka so obi nanim kusuwa ase chese obi ka so wa wonim kusuwa ase chese eni waka wani masiso wa ayonkofa bi ana pamcho momoa wa wani kusu eni waka wani masiso wa ayonkofa bi ana mo matimanya ntete wa kankasa nim no mo fa nkyere mu emfa mbre waka wani masiso eni wa wani kusu ayonkofa bi o ma entimi ho afesu ya wo se nso na hyase toto mia hodo pepa adan so ma enipa bi mu wonu fie enioma esiri nye kama kra ya da nad mu panyima se se ni okwa proboda de bia da na meka ne se ye mmo ye ho ban iye de bia da me de me kwan so kan se ba bia nipa bia hyase ebo container se ye kiosk na ze fo no hoye bia sonko a ontimi emfa ye kan ne se sa anioma ne sisi so omudi sisi insuo to na etwifa so o se aban we wa meboya aban we sensitive aban wa moya nto abama but clearly we nim say bia wo si ade no na edu bia more problem with assemblies no me she kasa sisi a me fia mankwa me ma na chi na no da metina ha koto consem no na office me kasa kwa ba chire mi nchire mu bae no ono ahu age atum se menye commissioner me kansema entimi mem emo akwanchire kura no enioma batabata ho ye ma akwanchire a esese otimi ye ne bre esese odi ye no eni anamo esese otu menye ni paketwa ene na hu mi sei echina be hu mi fufuro ene na hu mi sei echina obe hu mi fufuro emwachi
na fia be no
oh
a question na
me go ye fia na fit sa ba kan sim tia me no be fia de so mo do so
enti there be say
me na fia
me last no da be
me kan we say enu nti na fia na no da no na office bia me
fia nko ade mankwa so but na mpesa me
yes da bi o ma fa mankwa so me say afia
na da ahwefo yi ano mo ayi tomene ayi ben mo
me da mankwa so
bo di ne no mpesa me ya sure say
na no afia metia o ka mankwa mankwa
sa de ya recording ti
me nka se record o me si mankwa
me ka se recording ti so me se me te sa na mpesa me clear say me masama nti za nya me utwem uboke enye hintu mi mu kom she bia wa she nti we dey so nya me a
na che ti say
oh nya me adom
good isu ato ho ana
da be kura da be say Monday no
da be na me say isu to na me isu to na to na me kai say o sra assemblies ni say gata na mo yes e dey be sin ti man
ena on sa kwa benesi kwan no ho a ahomache ba mu no esum wo dia na ntan hu bo mu aso afra kafa so dia no hia ena oni ho no so me say see ayi no so ma 7
okay ma 7 ho no
round about no kwa benanya kura ka kire owura mu akwanta no money.
Ajisem.
Oh yes. Enti ama traffic, yeah, ma traffic che wo ho.
Ekwan mo tutu ana se.
Tutu ankasa. And etutu abom nti uhu se kwan nyina abom.
And aji nyame adme ne ye pon ekotwa sa mfoni. Ebe kire. Old PCFM.
Hona pepe.
Hono gigi.
And once I want a bus stop.
Okay.
Enti why imagine?
Ma just insu bi ta hono.
Insu no be. Because dey insu antokwa insu ta.
No insu bi ta.
Any dey mo awura mo akwata adwuma na wo ye. E bi e ho wadwen ma so. Mo me ye ho no ma ye. No wo ho. Ani asa ka school ho asem.
Okay.
Kojo to.
Adan.
Krachin tumuru. Kwabna da ko yanko ho. Ese ko e bedwomo.
Krachin tumu.
Me hu school papa wo ho. Fere enye nkura na de form te ayi blocks so
etwem ana se bia ne na gusu kasa
rakwabne me say I can't say what say etwem me so woni we da be no wa me 2
na no da me ni ya me krachi
you see what they so underdeveloped oti region krachi nchumuru ya mbesa me di nchumuru ne so honum no
enkwada no e da form ana se
Abneja blocks so.
We fonyin bi ho.
Oh yeah, sure be I said medility.
Because you take it upon ourselves.
Yes, sense so be.
Na sampadu ni e be ya dwena. Unim e ba se ya, yenso ya sede kakra sese ya apart from say.
Ene da wo bo no.
Ye be bo dawuro na yanka se agi ato ye ho so say. Ye pe enkonwa e bi 1000. Na amanfo meboa ye bedwam. Na afi ntimi fa sa nkonya 1000 enko so ma se wo ansa na atitire o mo fifi
and school don ye be si na echi ya nkonya do mo hia
yes very important
eyi bre sa ya ka bre mo ni bre bre ya ka ni chize
abe yeah
no mo de age
oh jasa mo mfonyi wo ana
personal so wa personal ba so wa only medility
no me bo
tumuru ekronidi de nandikrom.
No, we have to do something about it.
Tuesday, no.
Because bread, I'm just saying.
Oh, Rakwab, I'm saying no cry no. Board no, hono. Any ye de bread now. Said be ya, e bet me abo dino bread no.
So it's uncommon way no. And I make us say, ye hwese na what twa ABC no. Ebe one of a day there come so say, we have to ensure say 1000 konya 1000 meko
do one ye transfer mienu no
omotimi tu anamo a esefata nya saade a ye bebre because me dey o kana me say bia ye dey ya adisua say enipa ne bia omonya saade na atwam
21st century
okay 21st some
sana wonti aponti na
when ye ade a
21st story no be me say Monday or Tuesday any yeah o dey no akire be ka ho asem enye easy. I know what they try no so anti
no Debbie this is what they are doing
kwabna hwe nkura nanim enti no kran meka say kwabna eda ayi inshira no
ni ade we track at say pepe we hwe as a footballer
inshira mo books
ya
famra
nigga make say
wo muni
de ye ka no e say ya nkasa ye bodaru no ye tu ho anamon efiti juade ko ebiri ni ho eti efiri juade ko no e bia mensin crash bi ho anaze
dia em hwehwe na na mte ye nya no
ye kran tuntwunche ye gian say Ghana Education Service baby omo ho eti ye timi tu sa anamon we a ye da ko say Education Service for so say modaro ma
em fa ko say education hwan hwan bia e dia wo de ko si hwan bra kwa bna ja kasa no ti ye em ko si hwe ebi kura no ayi office sakem asanteman and asanteman union ewo Germany Düsseldorf won wasi eno so na ya ayi bisa mfuturo mu sa eno won wasi dan na covid ne ba ye ni ntini ko ni ntimi hia ekuo no am say obi akura mfiriko but ebi obi be free ho enti bebi adru nka aban emeboso adru ne moso say bia na ye kasai
well I'm so why be paying panda we did it was successful. I don't know why I we intimidate but you can bring back the picture yeah ma amount for shots you say onso enye yan kasai nipa no we need to also contribute and support Mother Ghana nye baby am free to say I have funko there be if there is a need say wa hoden you akonya say timide bo other regions by way of support biana we have to do it Mesro Krachi Inchumuru
Nandikrom
Adeshia mo honum nyina mo hwesa afo nyine we
ha wo ma hwa
Ghana for this year so amoso mo hwa mo Ghana bi ama na mo so mo hwa sa afo nyini we yen so ati bedwam so your contribution apart from kasa no physically we have to help ije nyina ka bom say your target ni say onyame adoma first or second week our match mu no ye de nkonwa eye 1000 plus enyoma ehu hia ena eko akoma yenua nkuma ya ono krachi de
nchumuru na ndi krom
edi emfa busumi si ho yemfa busumi si offense offense
ai sakam
offense na uka no
enie asante o bebre bayo edi no yase west hanyan north east ehonso school no sa
na mo so dia na mo yi mako ntwa bronya dua na mo ji kire na
kwabna akora bi school okomu no on say we are nya fe
so let's move away from blame game
now na nchiro aka e wo sempanifo now ni ho
yay
kwabna me say o te wo ba bi na wonhu we mu aya o sasa de wo hote ye no sara ba bi ate at the end of the day BC kuro no wasi kuro no enu a na enu o mu besua wo mu unhu books bia o me say obi send me message
no, look at this scratching is too annoying no
scratching school papa mayo me say me
scratching
me hu say scratching to me say ya fan tumuro na ka ho
scratching kai
ada ya di school papa
e baba teacher fo nyame nhira mo and we have teachers at this place
o teacher ni ba ko say miensa bi
we have teachers at this place
na we no say woni odo a
no. So Mr. Mo, it's not a blame game about the idea among yourself. And free preoccupy the bay see. And you shall. And I'm because free preoccupy the bay, and the Biamica, and then we'll go as yeah, it's Mr. Mo. Cratchy in Chumum. I this year more honum. Afghana for this year, and yen big game for any iron cambum, Mr. Mo. Me te se producer ka je ye man ho bosomi nti ye fa ne se e free joa de copy match ewie what is it match bosomi na ewie ye de hihye papa begu akwan mu joa de be hye announcement ye de hihye papa begu akwan mu almost every day ye botai ne se ye pe emwa se ye mpaboa se ye nkonwa se ye sika se ye books se ye pen se ye pencil emwa bia Kingdom books for ne mo amaka kan na zefo nyina no obia obetimi aboa bia no
books no o ma de kra wo so o ma pa
yes
ya famra
na fe enya no nko na fe enya no nko minim sampadu baji atuma an initiative to put up a teachers building because yes school dan wi a ba a teacher for so ebetimi de omutire na
bisa say o staff common room
what for children the staff come on
chire pa se me hwe e bia no mo ba bi ne ye hu e wo ba dia ne
let's see no
why akonya kro timu se ne dem dia ba ko bi o manage wo
okay so even though Joada ana dey san hye we be bro no if ne ko ya wa kasa wo interest bia no wadarma tu sana mo no ma ye tu ho na mo yi pa ye ko fakase no eno achi ma menka se ena akwa ya wadai agokansi wo no Ghana nkomo wo afisem wo no na afi empensem wo no ye kwa ba ye dase
Adishimama me mamunyina che me mwakwa Badwam TV no nsia kase no ensam no de tojo wo mu bi ya mo betie nie health workers ye won kwanta north ene wo mu nyina efiri kuro no mu ofisa hensam mu mansotwe ne ha won madwe ye de mu nsam no ebeba na fe ya konsam foforo mu audit service Ghana won mo ye hwehwemu fa 2021 aban sika ye de ma wo mo no so wo de ye sede wo se ye pepepe no ana eno ne nsem bi ena no pe me de browse Adom TV Badwam kase Facebook/Adom TV kase no ewo ho me amesom mo no bedin afia amankwa tamaklo afia ni die yentie sede nsem ni kiremu ankasa etie Director ya won na Ghana Health Service so ewo Nkwanta North mensinmu ewo timantemu ye Mamadu Aziz na ne wodi ya woni mu free say health workers ne die obi aye na adwene so wo mobako bi mu ko One more can so I saw Mubeko, Fisa, he semu man so tria pejanimu, ewo hono, and yadia so on Bojo so, Adom TV, etwaso.
Attrition of house staffs. A lot of the house staffs won't believe that this just because of lack of motivation, chieftaincy issues, and also lack of facilities or amenities. And this is also affecting health service delivery. There are plans to increase or to scale up the chiefs implementation. If we have only few staffs who are wanting the facilities and they want to go, it will be very difficult for us to also scale out the chiefs implementation in order to send the health services to the doorstep of their community.
Miento akasiano so na audit service Ghana mpanifo yen hwehwemu de afa 2021 sika hodo aban nyumakuo no agye se botaye nti a wagye sika no sa pepepe no wo de ye ya na anase kusi sei ebunchire mu Adom TV edeba.
I was a manuma and Nababi a bicycle could be an amphibia, a yenshim. Na yede a hunsusan so no better parliament and him. And no ana ye trust nemum. There was a kind of a day. Ye Nico share expenditure nunkuto. Now to say any revenue intimate spend. They say who say I was a day and needs to share revenue. Near Eba, near Casasa ba. Any near buy, any day buy, and no kind of so yes, sign a dispenser, and no ever any sort of who can see. Oh, a female.
Adeshia ya wamo ewo industrial area mpotemu ha ewo crying. They were this ma poses sahne ora dampar was so many diemwa won hwe na bambo mu ewo industrial area ne munya de ne pa fisa kronfo etata wo ma no pa wi anwumre so wo mugina won so ne yamane boni prince wo sesiedo ene adehia bi ekasai
omo prayer mi hu omo na nipa miensa ba ko prayer na ha ena ba ko mi ko to ja ase ena ba ko so na nan ena prayer mi ko na mi didi o ena eti se ade ende pay ena mi ka sa na knockout ben ndi ehu ya na ade ende pay no bi e dwane ena yen so ye dwane ye na me ba no ko da container emu ena me se me ko fa no na ya dwane ndi me fa no na omadu ha amu bo ade ne pay na ade ne peti nti na me ni choice bi anti me sa ko share container no e back ti e wana police ni no e ma warning shot e na omu dane omu ho wa nti me te ha na me show omu dane omu ho wa ya na omu sa omu chiko be bullet ni bi e na koto ye glass no be ampra obia
sisi ano ne aye kan say this is not the first time SC a wall lane wo so pa e ma mere bi kura on be ye say police ayi bi wo down ho ka say jan opposite ho na say ye hu omu biom
sa robbery we in fact ye hu bi we rather matna 20 years ye hu bi da
Adom TV Badwam kasia na aguso hwe ne yeguso bambo mu nsam na dance praso e wa dance south wa santimante mu so yese bambo mu nsam no e wa sampanifo ayire mu pa fi se hu ni stro abesha de hie mu nipa bonfo bi to won so ria e ha dwene wa sampanifo tu hu anamon Adom TV edeba
membru no na edu baby no de emana hwo musem bia obi ena manadwo no makotake no ntie ama dasek emiti ana yede ebambo egu akwam nkofo me yasa no yetumi etwom ama yede bi ekọ court awo bekwai abebe na yedi omo asem bekwai enti no principal di omo na esifom ama nkofo omo di insansem no mo am ye etwom ebi so wo nu yede bi ase court na esi ya no ama sa tutu asem na wo atase praso no sisi ama na bafom
Mrashe bedwafiem na chiamehene ora ban Kingsford Sumana Babin na wasena ni nye ho kra the first deputy speaker Joseph Osewusu wodi bibi to na wa overrule no nya de se nani eje ho kra na e unconstitutional amamre mu na ma ho kwan sa e ho nsam Adom kase edeba.
The penchant of the first deputy speaker to overrule my rulings is, to say the least, unconstitutional, illegal, and offensive. Be that as it may, I shall not be taking any steps to overrule the decision of the first deputy speaker to dismiss the motion as moved by the honorable ranking member of the Finance Committee. The deputy speakers and I will deliberate on how to present a more coherent and uniform structure in respect of rulings so that the House is guided at all times during deliberations. Our standing orders provide the procedure for challenging the rulings of the chair, and those aggrieved by the rulings may take the necessary steps. The proposals of the private members' motion may thus be guided by the standing orders of the House to right the wrong.
Yawam Rashabe fie mu biem na enra so afo hwe interior so Ambrose Derry wono so koye na wo se make say ahye Ghana amaya ye ne wo mobobo abo ahye no still ye close no wachechire mu die nti a onim sa ahochire wo mu fi se bi mu ye adwuma fa honom ne ade nenso bepem sa bre ye mientum.
The situation of border towns was carefully and strictly analyzed. And that's what I talked to you, just like the situation that you are explaining in Aflawo. The fact still remains that a certain minimum activity continues. Farming on both sides of borders is a known fact. I can see you laugh, we know it. And of course, schooling, we do know that it's also a kind of existing. In fact, we take these things into consideration, and we especially directed that the COVID vaccines be directed at those communities because they are most vulnerable as far as this is concerned.
Adom TV Badwam kasia na oguso ehwe no na sabaye na kwasafo adwuma to hu ache spirit ne besa ba biem ne mabunu ye bayire ye ho aye adwuma nti no eyade se National Youth Authority mpanifo worma power National Youth Volunteer Program ehontoma Adom kasia edeba.
Strongly believe that this program will be the engine to drive Ghana forward. This program will have a significant impact on our nation, and it will be instrumental in Ghana advancement. I'm happy to note that the National Youth Volunteer Program has so many models from which to choose from. I encourage the youth to fully participate and take advantage of the numerous opportunities that these programs offers.
Maminko elembele na ekura ede bankata elembele mensino emu Western Region adehye no estre ompanifo so wo mo kwan no nyenti amanfa so a nka wo benya ewo miamia hodo bi no wo mo enya ne santi abanhwe wo meye wo kwan no ema wo
kwan de no person kan kwan de enye because if you tell ekura ko so e ba say no I say 7 times I'm not paying myself over Julia. It's a quantity I say. So we have about crap we had in Timima. He said, you should talk a crack near one. So that's something for say, I want to share. Come on, quantity in mind. The bands have been at the bro. The bands are to say, I can't even to say a coach, any BBA. The quantity, no call. BBA is here, say your quan. Your quantity is sheer, papa. It's a modern. Ya bread. It's your quantity, one year, my dear. Your cobe pia, papa. Abofo bi mpo yare mpo na seke ko hospital ye nyaka motompo ofro bia mba wo se ekwane nyanti ontumi ma ye ma no ye kogua ye ho kire ekwane so nye obi mpo yare mpo na de ko hospital o ye problem mai nti wo mo hwe na mo nye kwane mai ye kogua ye nya kar mpo mfa ye nko ye to nama yenya karo nam da kwan nyanti yenya ka ebetumi asoe nam afiri akọ sanzure ti ye ho kire papa.
Concern MPP supporters are one more ewo Takrade constituency a one more kire mu sempanifo mu bia ewo constituency one empese polling station forms no a ye pick here on be mo afabie and out say one nsem
is to address you on the systematic scheming strategy to deny legitimate party people access to the polling station forms in the Takrade constituency. This strategy is being engineered by members of the police station election committee and some principal officers in our constituency. The following are the officers and members of the police station election committee that have deliberately decided to deny core party people in the constituency access to police station election forms. First on the list is Honorable Asa Mensah, who happens to be the police station election committee chairman. Next, Prince Arthur, our constituency chairman. Next on the list is Mr. Kingsley Odu, our constituency secretary.
Resident of Old.
As I'm speaking now, he is the main focal point. The report we are getting is we are being denied of the party contest or polling agent forms. So nextly, we have Mr. Jerry Fenn, who happens to be the acting constituency election officer, and also Maxwell Justice Aqua, who is the constituency second vice chairman and IT personnel on the committee. Last but not the least, the MP and regional minister, Mr. Kobe Ochidaku Mensa. Surprisingly and unconventionally, this police station election committee have adopted a procedure which contravenes the national party guidelines.
Mamina Lusona Badwam Cassiano Pena Hana Brema Quina Media Sie, Miko Agudemon Some America Sia du Body edit was some media fear Abanqua Tamaklo.
Abusia yesa mo akwa babiem ewo agukansie bo na no pay oneexpert.com and afin so no chiefas minister na dey sia konkon e dey bra oneexpert.com dey bra nyasam keto akra nra nkrofo digu mu say na Tottenham game na eden a go so mam te no be call under 2.5 na chese utumu se won nam 18 yard box ni mu ani ade a and also edan chen na Champions League ni mu utumu se na Wanda Metropolitano na betting the Manchester United to ye wide ya na what this kegu butumpe we what do you like but oneexpert.com sanso Jifas Mesha so se Felix go no nyina be ko siare na be kwaye no sanso na man white ni na A2 FUA Jifas Mesha be ma jira nan so Jifas Mesha. Ha, yes, I don't pay Sergio Manucho and then Bernard Paribo me producers now. You better see the UEFA Champions League and last minute, that's 80th minute in Ilanga. It's me equalizer them Manchester United. The moment me train draw Wanda Metropolitan. Right, and on the copy mo Enra games nimo badane. Living legends and so to aso copy mo Europa League in Conference League in Mamodium who Jim Yenje send fixtures no CT in the Europa League the big game Napoli one morning Barcelona and a day Ebebweni and on the Obia Ehredimo Sebe Barcelona at 8 p.m. First leg we 1-1 Saint Ebeko and then almost in the 10th minute one more by a special tribute to the Maradona when we say Oboha no me Nushia and the Maradona Stadium and a match and a Barcelona Napoli in Barcelona Shannon Sosa FMame the Dynamo Zagreb and Sevilla Sociedad and Leipzig na finso the Rangers and Dortmund and the Abos Olympiacos and Atalanta na finso no Lazio and Porto na utimusa yes nyasam keto akra eti enra okọ games e so in the Europa League and nyasam in the Champions League and there is a Europa League in be baso nti no ne fishers ni bi na madi kan catch out say the biggest of them and Napoli and finso no Barcelona nti channel so sa efa emame enso ewo ho oneexpert.com na kan ho ye de ebro na channel so mame say and so apart from the Europa League EPL game but ye mo wura mu won ra EPL game back wa and about Tottenham Hotspur ejire mu a na nya sam keto akra but right and the so game ni mo ti shane so mame say ekopie mo Tottenham Hotspur game ni mo a 1-0 pe header no pa na de mo ye time go ni bend na bed na Chester no na Arsenal and Wolves and I did airpim so Arsenal so where some bit me abore mu top 4 ni mo to outstanding games no mo yi bi afi on the Wolves at the airbo ani na oneexpert.com and then say obetumi adi bibia homu udi afi ho oneexpert.com Arsenal and the Wolves channel so sa efa emamena yemra fi ni me hwede yekoso fi na Ghana hwede mu say ye be stadium 50,000 capacity stadium Boteman they kan kakon the stadium no bedu 2023 Africa Games ni simwie enti 24 chese Lagos no de no ne pese ki sisi na ye hwe na yetumi ekokọ adwuma ho ne ade na mpatro de contractor ne kan say is 20% complete but ebedu say games in there na yewe
so me kyerɛ African Games you know my Ghana ɛna GSC ne sira so ne santi efiti bra mpanifo kwaji saa adwumadie yi wɔn naaye biaye akansifo no begina di agro no adwumayefo eguso ɔmo bɔ adwuma na de di mu akotene baako Legon Stadium a na Legon suaponfo no egina so si akan no ɛna sanse yesiesie hɔ nti yɛtutu hɔnom asanso abubu baabi de agumu a ɔmo dane ani ɛnkane no na go prama yɛgina so si akan no na da so pa ɛna yɛni hɔ biem afei nkunya ɛna nneɛma ahodo a ɛbɛboa na stadium no agina ne nan so no adwumayefo yɛate aguso a ɔmo so ɔmo na de ɔmo hwa ne sɛ ɛbɛgina ne nan so na African Games no my Ghana ya host ni yie ɛna ano a LOC ɛde ma African Games no ɛde nsrahwɛ de kɔpem so no na adwumayefo a wɔ Legon Stadium no ɛpɔ ɔmo ho modene ɔmo sɛ ɛbrɛ de ama ɔmo no ɔmo mpɛ sɛ ɛbɛpa ho na ɔmo nyina aka kyerɛ ɔmo ho sɛ ɛyɛ afia ɛwɔ mu yi busumi a yɛ December no ɔmo hwɛ nim sɛ ɔmo bɛwie na ɔmo de nsafo no nyina ama Ghana ban na ɔmo ntwɛn ne December no kura nwie busumi miɛnsa ansa na December na du no ɔmo hwɛ ne mu sɛ Legon Stadium no ɔmo bɛyɛ ne hyɛnhyɛnhyɛn ate ɔmo nsa ɛde afiri ho ɛnya agopama no nko a ɛna ɔmo yɛ so adwuma agopama no akyiri hɔ no nso basketball ɛwɔ hɔ tennis court afei de akeka ho no ɔmo guso a ɔmo yɛ adwuma wɔ hɔ na panyina ɔno na da adwumayefo ano yɛ ɔmo yɛ adwuma wɔ Legon Stadium no papa ne din de yawofo so nantwie ɔsɛ ɔmo ani abere paa nsuo mo awia mo anapa awia ne anwumre ɔne ne manfo gyina mu a ɔmo bɔ adwuma na South African Games ni yiri ti August 2023 a obi abɛgye ɔmo di so ɔmo ayɛ adwuma ama my Ghana
yɛbɛwie December afi wei mu games no August 2023 into ebema enough time there's a minimum of 6 to 8 months for testing the facilities yɛbɛyɛ ama ayɛ ready in time for the games enunti na ya program sɛne yɛbɛyɛ na yɛbɛwie bibia ntem na emre aba sɛne yɛbɛyɛ testing and commissioning into so far ne de yenim yen hu say problem bi aba ebeba ewo completion
Yegosoka 2023 Africa Games no Mustafa Yusuf na sports minister and somebody to join say wojidi say ebebo man Ghana pa nya say bia ye ho ne 10 bi keke but mfaso be brina na 2023 Africa Games ni so
youth of our continent together to exhibit their talent, promote Pan-Africanism among the upcoming generation, and create opportunity to develop friendship through sports. The exposure to other perspectives gained during socialization at the African Games makes participants, officials, and spectators more understanding and also tolerant to others' view and interests. The eventual impact on society is that people learn to peacefully coexist and resolve their differences more amicably rather than through violence means. It is for this reason and many more that the government of Ghana and indeed the forefathers of the continent of Africa deem it convenient to establish and support the organization of the African Games since 1965. The objective of the African Games are firstly to complement the United Nations plan of action to transform the world through the Agenda 2030 for sustainable development, and secondly to contribute to achieving the Africa Union Agenda 2063, the Africa we want.
Jifas Mr. Kuzuken when I didn't summon the brewo, my child says syphilis Nico no bequa, Jifas Mr. Bafa who Jim and Nipan said, be imagine ne Jifas Mr. Man white said white ben cra, who dear cry Jifas Mr. Every year if you can one of penna. That is summon the bro on the 4th of March. Me patrol at the President's Cup, Gaka, and a diabe boom. Na hassle folk, and in Metema Kumasa, Sante Koto Kobesandia, Rimwa, and easy crown and grow focus a Gaka for the year. Mon fabi fufu bia ma de bia na kotoko has nya de ura kudu fiano ayi se ankrofo na no
ene ga kakwo no akeka omo ho a afi bia mu omo dada President Cup no omo asan hyemu kina na nadedo na ahwe ni mu boboku ahodo a edi omo din ba no mo gina go pamaso edi abani omo bi omo nkrata ni mu a heart of folk ene asante kotoko ena agipenie wa Accra Sports Stadium na akansie omodi abomu match ne de toso wo nan na sa akansie yeba na dodo na ahyase a omotu bi mane ga kakuo no ese omode di omopa ne se MB Soko no momfa nkodi yeba ne sen ena omosan bo house folk ne kotokodin so mo na gina group amaso nkosi sa akansie popoko dodo na wo a yebetumi ato nsafre wo nom na kotoko ne house de afono won na omususu se ga kakuo no epe bibi na di afrimu enu ntine da no house ne kotoko nko a ene eto nsa de frɛ wo no enu mu ena omodwam training owura ndia di kojo fia no wese Ghana for dika se op teams ahodo mienu a odo omkodwa ban so ya nkofo hwa ombe topa eno ne house ne kotoko nti sa akansie wei ewo mu se de hye omampanyina ne onyam nanso yesa ho kwan ne boboko ahodo mienu yi ye pa bi ma wo no mu a ensa hwe nti Ghana for se omo gaka for mu pesika enya ne bone so enemri o my Ghana mu ayade ne no kakra ombenya bia no house ne kotoko benya bi na de ebeka no omo so gaka e de akoto omo futuom no matibi nso de amaban
Yekas Nikoroko, Gaka President's Cup, and one on match day 19 of the Ghanaian Premier League. About your day, Banny say, you be to Ashadakakra, and Munjimuni.
Ukina, Nanada Dona, Shenimu, Bobo Kwahodwa, a Diomudi, a Sansa has Nikotoko, Ajatumu, say President's Cup, no? Ombejimo Sia Kainti, Ghana Premier League, second round, and Shasia. Now watch it also Dunkron, or Mackenzie, the GFS, what to the Ashada. Now, Santikotoko, a copy of Bechem. Normally Bechem United at the Bomu, Nasu GF and he say, March and the Tosso watching, a Benada, and a Kotoko Bechem United at the Boboni. I feel hard to focus so Tinafie, March and the Tosso and Cron, and know your Quada, or no wafa at the Bomu. I want to watch a Tosso Dunkrona. One more Chese, Sana watching Riano, one to me could see account President's Cup him, Nansan Bejinago Pramaso, and into the Mutu Ashada, Bobo Queber Trouble no Mackenzie a dog money more, I watch a Tosso Dunkrono. Omo ye furonum na ya san wura na wotwe toso adunu no.
Right, and send from morning copy more Ghana Soccer Center of Excellence and good news. And if you are by HSM and if we have the basa person as a semukra, CC ho kama sana beya. National teams are hold on baba dawa umasumbe jomu yepa.
We have been able to do a lot of refurbishment and maintenance work around here. We've been able to also expand some of the facilities that we have, the usage of the facilities. We had a number of classrooms that were not being used, which have been currently being converted into dormitories, so that it will help us have more intakes and do a lot more training programs. We have tried to open the facility up. We have built a beach soccer pitch, which is still under construction, but it's good for the players to train if they don't have to go to the beach. And so a lot of activities have gone on within this short period, and we are looking forward to more. So currently, the contractor is yet to hand over the project to us. We know that he has almost finished. He's put the pipes and everything. We have to test it, and then he would hand it over to us. So I think in the next month or two, we will have the borehole water running. We already have a distillation plant here, and so we're going to distill it and take out the salt water, and then we can begin to use it. So everything is on course in that direction. We have been able to. And
we are Mrs. Winifred Mawudeku, one of the director of the Ghana Soccer Center of Excellence, not in some to a grass and a bit here has a year brinkeke, never to us what was so sunny at the idea. But you're not so fancy, Kwane was said then cry about one grassa near the senior idea, oneexpert.com, and I feel so no G-Fast mixture. Yes, ya conquano paina, yet in summoner at the Ebre was Sergio Manocho Bana Padibuke, so you can moon and then as she be a needy. Mamete Ebre come up. Image where and a share matadie and nano pay. Image was a way, not a papa pass was so. Na ya kama. Kai say or the Nankasamba can keep you on home. Erica see you wedding because I heard him.
Mama Sama Wachibim. Menda Jamia saw the so I chair or consum kusukra, and there ya wada, Jamia Mechina Fiada, So kaka na watch is already the any edini on here we kama. Said ye call bia said the besia kobia till Friday no o da gitum se won kwan wade nyina. That's the most important thing. And ana pe no mane mienu pe ana metwe wadwene si so na aseda ne chopa na mekoso wo ha na otwe be ana bosumi be bakuni ade amaya ye chopa ene aseda if we say ehia yie pa chopa na kogye ya disua ho nsem you tag phone come on ni edia amana bro bosumi so eno ada enkomo ne say ntiase aye adwuma wono ko back to classroom nemum University of Ghana a teacher for no de wono asinkete say there be da on the nyade on be kona na wona kwachina still except the chopper ba na the hard drink kan say sha se court share say into na mo bi na sa na mo ntoni entu say the court say share na hard drink ye pa University of Ghana a teacher for e madaroma yesre mo ankasa the court share ne say mo nko classroom nko chira de na mo san ko back to the negotiating table eno na mesre say mo nyina ma adwene nko benkro na mo ntimi eni san komo no eme ye ho ntoye if we say ohwe ne omo pa ekoso eni sinto abeto ebra mo twekotera kakra na ahadwene kese pa eni asem tintin bia kan de ka ne say ye de adesede because a lot of hours ana ye lose in terms of addition say de my ye addition no how I bet me I capture all those hours no ama mo fro ne timanya nimdia ese woni nya no eno so ye ademu timesre you tag for teach University of Ghana branch say mo so mon ka ho mo nuanom ho na muntimi ma ya disua ye bre wo ho dada no entimi ndimu na enwie peyo de bia dade ameka ne se ojuma ye ni bia se fata na ketua it's very important ojuma ye ni bia wa wo ye jumadene wa wo ye jumade boa wo se fata wa ketua enti wa ketua ho komo no ana wa ketua ho sensem no esinto bi koba ho a na eya hadwen in fact na hadwen yi pa yes you tag for as they go back to our lecture halls no one hwe se one bebo modern na one tibidi akoma pa ene opepa ni asa asra ban in this case fair wages and salaries and afi labor commission for ne relevant agencies in asa asra madaroma mamu me ensa nkoye chibiem because already they be adameka the distortions are by a calendar them abro adwene ntiase so me free hono na me beda driver for so ase na mianim ne kreni a driver for ku ahodo amo Ghana nyina no onyame nhyiram o nhyiram kase pa because o hwede ekoso ama ahodo nyina fa petrol ho nsema onyame anim ne kreni Ghana a driver for ku ahodo nyina no onyame nhyiram mo ya de kase pa ene kwa de me tire kwa se mo amode hye bi igu akwa mu nhye foforo bi amode igu akwa mu se yi extra a certain percentage bi anase mo ntwentwa mo na ase kora 15% nya na kamo hwe ni mu ba mo ya de onyame anim ni mo ya de mo ama hoye ene dede bia ma akire in fact wo mo mpo na mo ye 30% kwan so agisa hye na tum Ghana driver for ko ni driver for ye bo mabaso saa ne edi kokobon so ma aban mu mpanyufo se nyensa abaso mo de akwa ma driver for ntina mo de 6 bed na mo na mo de fufu ada na mo kwaye da bi ehia pa se ebiri adamu ni driver for bedi ni yie we ze mo ni driver for ni yie a ehun sunsanso no emwa ye nyina as oman very 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 important eti me da driver for ku ahodo nyina ase mesi a driver for mi na me sa ka driver for se ye tu anamo ese fata se ne de na ya kwantempo nyina so so ye hwe ni yie efse nkwanhia gusu si moja gusu hwiegu dodo na ye avoidable enti de betimi asi wo kwan abo ho ban de yesre a driver for a passenger for car owner station masters obia wo chefa efse road safety nkwanti mi nyesa adwuma no obia wo chefa enti e kwan so so enye jojo emfa eman ye wie ne krakrakra no ye nye careful se wo ye oman mu nipa wo ye Ghana ni di hye ma papa de a de ekoso Ghana bia na se ye wo haw se ye odadwene kese pa the teacher any enia etra any ton every day every minute every second every hour when it try when in ton wa oni me hu susan so e na kwa ya wada me nkasa pi makraw me ko but areshem ni se Ghana achia nenso emuye nyame adma ebese hia
osofu nim levels osofu nim levels may you also for kura kirewo apobi achechira tumtum sesia no maye homodwe eno a no mame fe no so na me akwaba fa Adom TV Badwam dwumadie fisem ena ne braso ya ye ba bedi ho enkomo nti frɛ wunua sɛ ya tena sɛ ne nso nkomo ne de obi komu sesia wa twempna 10 years na msi 10 years na ka sa mo wo kura sa nka mo be 2 ke bia ba ko 6 ba ko be 4 na we no eye ho na ka sa gumasum sa na we no eye oso no bi one ne kanchima bi atena se a mo atena se a thinking say onso no bi tena wacha asa ware bi beba wa hwe animu a no show just be man nye ready asemu nti any problem to onya day e dey no obehu se nipa wo onya ready because yatena hwa yete ho but omie nanompo enka se me kwa akohwe ayi o me kwa akohu abusua na se ayi yesi CCS ni nyina nso ahunu so a use machine a CCS onya so obeware ehun komo ne ye ba bedie mame na DBS fo ase on chansen papa na da romanti ene yenya ho kwan tena se edi nkomo eti se ye nti se ye school dan na wusi asori dan wa ufie ana wo container bi na wo hia chansen pa e de aguso a DBS fo chansen no ena make am for the ama odu gudan so a empa nso beto de den enyim firi so wi abebo de den dan mu nya hye bi se DBS chansen ne ye papa nti no air condition sika mai fan sika mai ya odamu wo ye free e show madan no ti ko pe DBS for the nbi e fa good dan so St Andrew Senior High School so ye do mba se papa awofo wani ayo ntoto he school be na mde be beko St Andrew Senior High School ho na make am for e de ama awofo ne abatan ye hwe ne ye fa ye ma no enko courses bia no ye bi e wo St Andrew Senior High School from 1 to 2 inti yemfa yani enchre ehonom na ansa ne abekoso no happy birthday we enko emma Mrs Felicia Ahinkan from her husband Pastor Emmanuel Kofi Ahinkan or Church of Pentecost no district be one fair no ama inti no happy birthday enko emma Mrs Felicia Ahinkan ukunu Pastor Emmanuel Kofi Ahinkan and I wish you a happy birthday nyamishra no nyo kese kese pa afei Bishop Abubakari General Overseer da Almighty Chapel kade ene ayo birthday Bishop Abubakari General Overseer woda Almighty Chapel wo kade happy birthday nyame enshra na nadwumode ahya wonsa no ya dru ho kusi se rade na beto ne nsa afro Joanna Kwe a wono ye sales rep wa Adom and we wish you a happy birthday. So Dixon Daniel Usu CEO wono so da Ako Balino Group CEO Dixon Daniel Usu pani ya mo official pa nyame hiraw no onyo kese papa enfia wadi erade double no enfa emma happy birthday Sevia edi we ya no mitanti me mo facha me pa CEO awada Sevia Trends Savvy Trends wo Cape Coast tinyami shraw Savvy CEO woda Savvy Trends wo Cape Coast happy birthday from Fruits ayede ne ye adwuma wo multimedia ha na e show tinyami shra mu nyina mo enda mu dum awoda no na mi shra mu nyina no onye mo kese me wo osofo DY Donko e wo ha sofo anopaye mu ache dase
enuaba
afi mi ni wahia
afi yenhia
ani afi hia pa
afi nkomran betu
menya sure se yehia
na yenhia
na wo yehia
yenhia last year December ni hia
ni hia ye no abazi yehia okwan no ho a by inside ha ni yehia na wo se yenya adwuma tibe mu awo afi hia pa
yenya adwuma
afisa se na nkwan ya hoden wo
amen
na wonsam pa no ukoso agegu ye so sa
amen
asem wo so dem ni so be wie ye fine because a problem a wo ho ye twempena too much na eja se me ya vulnerable wo kwa kasai echina nkwa bakasai wo mam pressure no eja hoko nti ye de sa boko de yete ho sa bia ebren be so obesesa minua bay 6 years ni no ne be ma na atena o matena me ka tena so onim de me pa kire bibia koso a Wonhunu sign bia kyerɛ sɛ papa ya na brɛ why ready person obe fie e de na menhwɛ ebe ma oba na hu sɛ we wonye ready to move on na ade no so o use ade no sa acha na wo free mu aya na ya ti ni nyina so ka ho nti we no then ye be ka relationship mu no de na ye nhwɛ how many years na ye be ka sɛ sa year we mu de ase yetimi ekofie
okay de di kan be chia be chia ahwefo na etiefo so sɛ wanyini enkyere se waso awade I just waboaboa ho. We should understand this. Your age shouldn't define. Your age shouldn't tell you say maybe 24, maybe 30, maybe 35 inti maso awade. Inti say maso awade is not by age, it's by preparation. Inti bebe bi anti ase say men so den kase maso awade when you are not prepared. Ade ba ko ya wo ye bibi mem, especially in Ghana, hana me wo. Say hana me nim. And they say people do things without planning. And then they say, well, no crashing on what before no. We feel say age ya we do. And also to me what inka was inka also to me what. But no so in terms of preparation. But when you fear say na yampa bibi Tony sema wawado. Abrabo nja chachato. Eti adia ba ko se bembe bia no ba bia wo hwe metiase ni say you don't say yes to a man because we propose you. You say yes to a man because he is prepared for marriage. But you do. Men jesun ka say was me bosume nine. These are the mistakes I young man. Eyo. And one say guy no ba ko ho. Baba ku no di nachi sa tama ba ku no kra no di nachi. To any way jaya na any say send the way di mechi for 3 years, 4 years and you not that be. Or you're serious. You don't look at how many years somebody is pursuing you, chasing. You look at how prepared they are. It's in a cobasa, me no wo, me no wo. Now we beat your to why you prepared. Obaso wade. Na so me ba yes ya kwan. Me am nwade. Me so am kwa me ma. Aye basaji. Bo se de bia wo ye me twen ba ko ne be yi. Na ko 2. Na ko 3. Na ko 4. E kwa ko 10 years. Na bi gu so twen pena. Adaya o twen. Na tie kwan ya be so obehunu se krachi won sheda nkoyi onye ready number 1 once you di kan say ubohu se da wo pew ene wa ye mpasu kitahudie no na ni bere wo fremu oben wo dodo e chen say da won per sex when they need sex they become more communicative. Naturally, say no afraid lo baby say okay that won here no that they credit the whole day on fro and we use so back actually say akwa we ya na twe ho number 2 me no wa twe plan 3-4 years etu be so kire me so ho akire wa ba uni bia ma ntoma ba akokra untumi ntoy sabe Holland ntoma ahe ntoma no na no din ba ko ya ahe sabe yeso so kuta 100 Ghana sabe 200 Ghana what they akwa 500 Ghana abenya bi 3 years every day we see me 1 CD 3 years eti lack of preparation chere say me nya ready ni say me no nam 3 years you kura no chere say unye any attempt to akotontuma ba kwa beto chere me say unibi na so we ye mboa is how you say it unibi but you are prepared you are trying and you ma we nyina chere say kratia woni ne to ada bia woni bi but otadi anidi tie ma no onibi otadi anidi onibi otata ade hye wonibi bade bia ne fun ye foforo onibi bade bia oya ade foforo it's a sign that this guy is not ready for you
mpabo anyina
Debbie, I know how to watch. The whole perfume back 1,000 Ghana, and the Obano spray sun or say, my guy, like, I'm like, one of the things you could be quite like in whole scent, like, hey, like, near beer, and yet be a so, yeah.
Obey the as well, phone for.
And I make a he's able to afford some of these expensive gadgets, yet on what now, what is phone? Comparing to how dedicated somebody is. Na me kendra say me wododo a me ma obi enhame. Meti be crazy dan atoka ama ofun e de wakotra America holidays akwaba ba na me no. I am just sustaining you for sex. Ejba ma wododo no ya ade ama wado ya ma no nka no. Ti man nyeni say material things is in place of love and ka ho. Enu ti obi awade e ma obi bibia so na nje. there is something we call emotional satisfaction. Emotional satisfaction. So obi ni saade na o meba ne den o do open o nya. Thank you. So then let's come back and see that we are young guy number 1. When you will be dating, I mean can't caution. You're dating and they're caution. When you will be dating, and then for funny muno, our message open susushano. Weigh him or her.
I don't need dating.
I don't need dating, you know. Dating, you know, we don't talk about sex. We don't talk about before Adam 4.
Until Adam 4.
Adam 4 level, but me ma jinin me tin kopono. Me pel. Me do ba menka. Ba bi shiaw, me show ti. Ka ba adwuma isha bontia na me show. O dressing. Me do kasa, senya o kasa ye. So okay, na ne bi. Onim kasa, obuade sebe, ya tete no. Na no obi kasa sebe, no obi wa no wa ye no. Gay idea. Na ka me pen bad. Em so mu ade. Dating. Na me hwa na subani ye mamea. Na me approach you na me super we start courtship.
Okay.
Now courtship no enye for games na problem the work. Courtship na yam penny football but courtship is a serious grounds for men and women who are preparing towards marriage. Eti courtship mara me no now you've been able to rent a place.
Timpacho dating, you know, for how long? Met me no be a dating. Then later say you okay, you bet me a quarter.
Me ba chanti dating ni dey say me na me no wo date. Me ana me imagine mu me ba me kan kire o. Bet me and 1 month, 2 months, even 1 year. As long as I think so be mbeje and obi mfa. You understand? Unko baby fufuro. Je bia nko mo ba me say now say one na twembra. I also because me man be do so no me no bia no. But we have done for near bonko mo me say and one day if now bag crowd say agrobat me I'm trying to find out who you are. It will cast someone when we say who knew bia near eko after 3 months we feel say be okay. Usuno buy your bamia. Na me be so pe. Me so pe we are starting courtship. Na courtship no the NTS say it's a grounds for preparation towards marriage. Obi a wo obi wa mo twempana. Sa na be kan mo twempana. E ho ye mbia ye di siesie ye ho. Akwa wadiem eti courtship no enya grodie sa a wo be date obi ba 6 years 7 years na any say won say bi kan we dating eti dating ni mo no me hu kakra tio me do ye dating dating be hu 3 months okay say me ya aware me ya sure so we adwuma me ya sure so obu ade me ya sure say odwo ti na ma se ope ti on emiri ni biko. Me started courtship, much as 6 months, 1 year, I should be able to marry you because I know part of you. Now, in the moment of courtship, no say I can't imparent you. Me no na mabi busa question. Me fa me hunka question be to say, oh yeah, that change you ma be na opese oye. Question na your questions so. Question be ya koda Friday, Saturday, Sunday. No what me akoda what the guy yan. Akoda wa church ya to sorry. Abefie, ade ya be come boy ho. Yan ko boy ho sa. Boy, no we go there to think about our future. We go there to talk about our lives. We go there to ask relevant, sensible questions. Eti, what about me change? And yes, about my phone. I feel this week they might feel papa. Wow, I've missed you so much. Babe, like I don't know, but I miss my concert side there. Yes, yeah, come on, it's saying. You won't come saying.
Oh, nyamiado.
Bibi aboko. Why fe?
That's
wow, okay. Nti nyame yadom ne wade a na basa makotra America ba minya nkrata ye be den. These are questions. Nti ye wade na yembia nyame na cha awo mba ye be den. Nyame yadom ye wade be bia account aboma na yembi. You see, unwa wade a egu a ni je ni ma check the way they dated or courted. Courtship, when you don't do it right, your marriage will fail. Obebre wade, our day is to be enjoyed. We don't endure it. Our dear ye bia ye ni je ye kra ho tono our dear na de yes but ye bre because ye twempra no yan twempra ni mpra na ye twi ni nyina me koda ho sabi ka wona ti
o koda ho wo muti bom
Friday class say o kwa onioma ho de ntumfa hwenko oni agi o sa o key back so like I'm the only girl like Onopia concert already so we are saying that the entia ni ababiemo the entia a member bi ni maybe twimpana eche I hear red flags and they say most of the guys are straight up not ready or nya na adwin pise or ba be show kawa in fact sabi edu na so dia wa ready but unyaka kwajo we've dated for 4 years that be never worry so man be pressure do me na minim ni ameye hey me ke na papa bi ejire kira obokokoko say ya person me what's your problem so me dwene or dwene because ohun ne wo ye ba ko then you end up that chi anya na 4 years ni wajao ojawa papa no so wabrew wajao so most of the ladies remain single because they are not able to plan for their lives then I sit here to say we are young girl number 1 before you say yes to a man know him well na adwuma awoyo how prepared sabe onu kwa baby so one ne uncle na timpo an otene ma me nchimpo ebia no ye adwuma ennenne so wado wa otumitu eko hand dan if you want to say yes to a man who is not ready then prepare that we need betwa epokoko and I just 6 years 7 years because oni adwuma yo oni hweye ti da ben no be wado na yembia what is even the assurance say 3 years time obawado 4 years because me hubia edi bi mo twempra ko 7 years si ye jawo na nya broke endra obi so okoku ne ho ani okofodua ade ya ye jan after 3 years ye jan so nye ja ketwa ni sika ye tua ne ka bosomia eno ode aduane ma akwa enu bi no to akwa ne first dan kora wa han no ono boa no so oya adwuma I fire service adwuma chichia de ka eno an wo de hwa akwa no eno ebi no de aduane ma no na ogidi sa akwa ne beye akwa ne beye we university oguso padwuma beye after 3 years and okoto sa akwa no ba hye de man akwa ne ex girl back and she say no yeah after 3 years no so very short not in on and off and na 3 years wait to me show so the problem is that a lot of ladies are disappointed their time has been wasted it has been wasted because they are just man say I no na omwo boa na ho timpacho unu obi betwempra omwo boa na ho oni hwe wonya adwuma men pray desperate enko kan ma pene because ope wodo nyansa bata ho wodo ya dwene ho odo de na so let your eyes shine. Just open your eyes. Be careful. Say nipa be kodoni and predo wine on me better. So I think that personally, don't let anybody waste your time when they are not prepared. If you don't want to say marasu, name how prepared you are, and the church will be to me aware.
Asema wo kan de bebre say
ye nia man de bebre aka
ene ye nte niam bia say because say ye so comfortable with the boy na ye nim so ni obia nte ye menko na say na afia ba be normal ya fa no odo na de na mo enye adwuma
you need to understand that
ye nim say be ye be de no mahu say enipa we o vision like me hu say dachi bi e be ye de na menhwe because man no aya na ye ne afra woni ma bi hu e odo no pe so far as ye ne ma bi ban ye so ye caring ma de akrokro no na ye pe e bia na lunch time obefa me de me ko bia na nyame adom na o ka ba ko bia na o de fine o ka o de me ko lunch like so me so Val's Day you so wasesem on say ma sa ne ma no na ye pe nti no say me ma no so take advantage of that na we are na o de abewiewio nti esa na ye so comfortable especially obi on tete o kwa de an hwa be ka no ho ba beden wo hu se nipa wo fa wo ye niema we o visiona bibi sine ni so se me ne bobro betimi aye de na mehu e wo sa nipa na
ade ba ko wo se hu ni say you should not just be blinded by love. Remember we don't frawani. Number 2, don't be blinded by the gifts a man gives you. Oh Debbie
no was one chawadi
enya no credda obi ndo oni unisa botimi share first day no no abonko mo oh na fun ayusi ni oh come on ade be chino atofun abecho e chira so pel so people can do good to anybody sabi me won crofo
ma actually baba be pa obi ane the level
me won crofo me ti omo free say na university me hwewom but omonyo they are not people I love say me done for the relationship it's in me spending on him or her. No, so obi betumi achewade out and na wo chemade because of odomi. What I want is not the material things. I need something more than that. Na yembre biemu beka say. Bi di kan ka kire wo say empratwe eyenkomobo. Eni susu ye. Na empratwe mu nkomobo no de ebeba ne say ye boy ho nkomo meboa me ma me hu woni suade hunu. Enti nkomobo no what are you living for? What do you want to achieve? What do you want to do? Then I'll person you. Then enti na what ase. Nyame adoma 2 years to come ope so hu say e manyan sansem question bi e wo so mbisa mema omo no botwe mpana bi niu na wo de ukoye aduane kontombere o ya nkatenkwan the whole week unu wa ya nkwan hye free ma
wasa sinioma
kesa mi ti wase asiesie dem wasa da wa Friday Saturday usoro nyame Sunday wan kwa sorry na wo no wasa sorry kofie nkomo ben pa na 3 days mo boy sabe na chese da okoda on yenda ni je ya monko mo papa there's no relevant question that you asked a man ti be man no na this wadi hu na call no an yem ti de be man e be ye ni say me hwe me ye dachi hwe me bohumi afere man be few years to come I will prosper there's a confession there dey no you don't prosper a serious action towards life eti courtship no mu no question a wubusa ne kire na ni suade hu no the plan a wo ma wo mpu because me no ba be wo dey a na me busa kora say wo kora na me oba na be ba no ni suade hu be na wo ma me uni she ma me na che say ye be wade ato chacha enuti na in Africa Ghana ebi wade wo they can't pay fees ebi wade wo they can't afford rent there's no plan ya wade ne to chacha God will provide without the plan you will lack. And so we need to sit and have a plan. Maybe what my planning. Me wo yen ansana me wo no minimum school a ye pese ye de ye bako. And we know we can afford it. Nti ye so ne de ye ba akwa ya boaboa ye ho. Ye mfa ne nko ne nam kwa mu afa ne apam the school fees na kwara ne nam lolo kwa ho. Na obi afre boba no mehu no di why don ko oba no nam lolo kwa. We knew we can afford it because we had a plan. So apart from God giving you marriage, apart from God giving you whoever, you must plan. You must have a plan. You will know it by the way he moves, his passion, the warrior. Actually, I said this guy has a bright future. But when you have a guy who sit back and say, God will do it. God, yeah. Me no unimbe ya wadachi me anka say ya wo be de share nkom to me so say me obi a me woda ya isemu there be no dwanko a na bibi kakra oye no so even if I'm doing a buying work how much do I save? What is my plan? See, you don't save towards it. You eat because you have nothing to live for. No. To a young girl still, nani bema wo. Now to say he's not saving for anything. Atoto. And your market see better the board drink, ntadi and the board is good to dress. But this guy is wasting money for nothing. O cashier with you or was sika o to me the award buy a boss train, meaning me ready. O baby to me catch your baby so him. Me worry 3 years later. It will be to me actually me fine. Hey, because no, not 4 years later.
Hey, not 3 years.
Your friend me job, but me to be more man here. To mama will feel ni be aka. So be to me actually there. Or the who go school now see you. 3 years later, no just you be like now be. Not 3 years you see you. There is no assurance. Obi to me ka say train. Be say be sit down sana mawade. Be ma person sit down, but on to asase. Ti da be no be top abo foundation. What do lengthen level and stand or say me and I'm telling you today that a lot of women are married to men and the men consider them. When you watching because of his Jawa, because we waste your time. Charlie, I mean, what no did no man, but the mayor and one mayor. And Nutina baby, what the Sanchim Panaka say, because they considered some of the women. So what we are saying is that men from branching a honor, men from Niagara, it is either you make it or you lose. You say a honor or that chishim.
Until honor crown, bear how many years after dating, courting, and your best?
What dating be a fan 5 months dating? What money kakra? Jansan, I remember Bano, Bishia, me hono. A bassam in Sian, Mamika Wishim, a bassam in Sian, Mancho Wisu, number prebe sope, number no compass we. Because the other can be on the call. Me no compass we na bikuhu safe usu eno banya na me bebo watu atwene na bebe de ona be consider te ona be to be catch roba say odim be pe obatu mu ade na maka we say be ma ye ne wo ba da yen ye ne wo nya da ye ni bie wo usu no ba ho hade sa me no won na ya me wo fede bi ma ho me wo bo bi ma ho me so kwa me friend I'm sorry baby I'm sorry be sorry bi abok oh baby I'm sorry. Or no day you know me so hey baby haven't you seen my so I was busy Casantan any penny abre. Yeah no day we are ye ni bie wo su e no ba ho but wo ba mo ye ne mo day we are when you fra wo yisu e ne ye ba ho ejumo say right after sex a woman does not consider anything apart from love who be dim ejobi kra ka chine say Evia guy on the train pray you I think that or a bad guy she oh them what about say do I can I talk to you? Only made nkofo bebe ka kire me say onye ni papa. Is it true or false? Osuma de ka kire o. Ositambe kro de ka kire me say oni suman. Say me. See, I'll be jealous of me no. The yakos don't mind them. Suddenly you see the guy telling you that all your friends should go away. Pambo, because when you say friends, they can have influence on you. To block you, thank you. So what we are saying is that me know what they take kakra. Me know be train pranso kakra. And then they will say bro more than one or by their chow. They be their chow. Preparation 2 years. A word 2 years of what? Catch 1 year, somebody should be able to marry you. Now 1 year on 1 day okra, to me who say no, guy wait there. Mpepe so the medu the soon the bank and then na ho keka kra kire say o pese wo wade me e dey become pepe so ba how dey there 1 year anniversary 2 years anniversary akwa up to 5 years o ka say e ya che me ma me mo said abe na abeba so jani person jani person o mo ye me mobo e cohabitees o mo te dan back obi ni obi a 3 engagement kro nya ebida na de say me ya in my generation e maba wa makwan abe makoy o ade friend no knocking na me share bidda me nim say knocking cry engagement okohu papa ne ma me no be nanim na say ma guy na me ka no onye like me wa cry guy we na no am say ho na de nsamba akone enti ma se mo hwe na mo hu na o me ho bo wa no anyam no de na ade ya na sabe kwaye o no ke mo papa no ma me kra ndi sabe no te this is not the proper way of doing things we nim baby a your culture way ya akọ me yi dia me beto ya ne say ye fi amane o amambre engagement sa de be kan wo ebusia to eno de friend say ye wado ansa de ye call to ya be bia so send de be kwase abuo madaachi but enne obi ni obi ti no ko ne ma me ne papa class wato
okay
to me no transfer because of he say ebusia mpo nim o ma me nim me papa nim ya ebusia ni nim enti de no she didn't be so me de acha 1 year 6 months somebody should be preparing to marry you and yes sir they are kanyina ya chachato amfa na wakoda nyame ase wa sorry
hey osofu di why don't call na ye ne odi nkomo ni nyina agina ye nua ba bia one be matna be 6 years na o hebe ma na wo hunu so okona ni mo sese yo nti ehun komo na so pani abie ye ni pa ye mfom so a ewo ho a ye enei ye bre so ya ye enei fuoi so won mo ye ti me sure se tome sere no momie nyina ye nsua bibi firim because entisa we see a time too much ti me ni obi ntena yes Chimpana sa nti ya wari ade afoforo ba biem na aba
ya wari first half second half na yakui ti ya to aso efiri na de ye ne menu aba mesero oba bia be ma se ope na wo gisoa pa adwuma yo ansa na wagiso
oba na yenya adwuma ansa
yes sir you become a liability a burden a problem a be kakra won pranatwen mu won wade je wie why familiar with you no be so tini hu go so because sabe unwie wo je kakra won ho o trotro wo je kakra sabe o part to brise ma sabe we are very complicated sabe every day or sabe before for show that is how God made women and you be sabe kakra no free so you demanding o your pressure o your burden nti oteti no go so wa adwen kra dodo last month taza just say mu na me de wa adwen kra dodo me de ade you know no but we oba na ye career woman ne hopo osuro it in a man time per career women women who are doing well in society o ye omuso musuro nye suro no musuro untumi nhyane so untumi mehwehura no untumi mbetia no untumi fa de nimo nye form because sabi anya na atoma didi okora do tumi tobi ma o birthday you dress no singlet or you call the toma o share so a lot of men are really afraid of women who are doing well to your banner bon humodi ye adwuma den na when ye den na wa wo ka bi chi sabi unika mpo but we adwuma den be ma suru otumi fo nim ya ba wo yo ba wo ne hwe yo odi aye ntade hye a lot of men will take you for granted
sir amemra Facebook na Jerry amuade nie ekunfiri wo hwe yen edi efri yada se papa piaga kire o se great education yada senti ebia nkomo no koso so ba Facebook e be kan wo de ne mom ye be bia phone lines no so 0302211701 702 703 0302 211 701 702 703 704 komoi me ni me sure say bia na we go through sadie no na wo ne ye hyase dia by this time we your homework enkoda chire akeke da chire kɔ bra wo kwa akɔdwene saa na osofo me ate ase nyese ododie no nko a ye musa ne ma bi adaachi bi se ye ware aden ho no ye mede pa ye mfonso aye hwe mamo so mo nya mfonso so ate ase
I like that. I like that.
Because
there be too for because yeah mistakes. Yeah too for now a young person listener. Pacho see.
Boy yata ye nyu obi ma ne tena ho tutu fu se ya.
Ya ti sim.
Ye kosa
yeah freeze.
Ya gudo se twa.
There be me do ano no. Obi aka
ye kwa efi kuma se ba kwa ye ntehwe se ye ma me bi ani ha.
Ye fi cross ba kwa dia so de chinkranfo no. Mistakes.
Me also me fa first call wa homa no so afia no pay ye mo ache edase. Obafia.
Hello.
Edase papa ye mo akwa abanso ye ntie we. Afia ntie wo ho TV no low volume no ne ni nkomo wo phone no so mpa cha pa name enu enu ase. Yes.
Yo, mudi no pay. Na mi pesa mi do mo kakra. Many aje pa wo program. Many aje wo program no ho pa no pay. Na mi shira mo pa. Esa nse ma kosa ade we mu. Be maninya wari wie ye na pe. Onya wari we ya pe se no ne obaby atina almost 7 years. And no san koi back kofa oba no. Obi ya wari aye wedding no. Oda su di oba na chi besi enne.
Nti one no wo ho sesi e. Afia ha dwene me afofofo.
Community sabria because nti sesi akra no ama me makodi ma wo fo.
Na no wakodi wa wo fo wo so ya ware wo
ya worry. Be 5 years ya wo 2.
Na no wa free fie. Tena ho ai se wo so ya ode wo ya part. Na unya free fie dia na wo ma na you go ahead no.
Better metna nation.
Samu. Wa. Osofo ha. Obetu for don't worry kura
mo. Me nyama me bewu e no packing me nyama nyina.
Oba second born no. Afia ayi ne ha adwen me enko foforo so ahoma no so. Me do fo me mo akwa abade oba afisam wo badwam dwumade so. Kafra ya mo ya lusu no onfa nche. Papa ne yaka bibi ana afia die.
Na yaka ye mistake but afia die na mama answer. What we say one ne be ware krache ware no. Em say to boasie bi am. See, we don't take our time to study people. Tina ya wade we get a lot of surprises. Bema su, oba su, the komanye, onim kasa, then ya wade we go like men no musa me wade.
Bible on so ya na ehu na ebu ya ni go so say
any red flags any. Book amatch no. Red flags.
Yeah. Book di any ehia so obi agibi.
I tell you.
Yeah because
nyoma we nyoma wu awon pratwe any awade mu awade a ugu awade no.
Okay.
Pratwe a was asai firimufi ansa na obi abeka achiro say me meja.
Okay.
Yeah, so
any also obi anya bie.
Red flags.
No crepa ye bu ye ni gu so.
Signs your relationship has no future.
Obi ba na wo de obi atete na bedru na wo de ayi pe ba gaza obe sesana.
Thank you. That be because say obi de menye bi da. Menye bi da.
Intimacy sound.
Dabi onipa besesa na onwa bu na adwene asese na bra bo say baby abedu o say mesesa but say wo donti on sesa now the sad thing is that women
mame fana na facha me pa vem ne bana mi twa so era ne ha me na no pe ye mo ache da se
yeah adiena
na kasa wo form o bibia boko de
na pe de o ho ayefe de
me da se papa
na mo program no me follow pa
da se
na ye pani no o ya mesi ade kakra bi e fa ware ho I was aware courtship ne sa time na e de share be ye courtship na me date no ana ma for the diabo enka ware de me hu ye peso be sisi oba na bema edu hu oba na obabu opapa manie no on kosere aware no enfa maw etu okosere aware na enu de na akoto awofo na nimprekope na esa aware na ehihye na ba na ne ama ho kwan se courtship date ni we see na kokosonya ena de sa siri na de ba Entenkie nyina ye hwese ya wofo no akosra ware e dia mania nka say ni die no e be ho mama ore be pepepepe
nana
e da mase
nana wa ya de pa nyamishira
ya ware no enu bigina
ya da se nana wo fie no ya mfie be say
e fa chawo se
na me bisa wo age ne kakra
mo 52
me hwa nana e wo nanim nana ya da se pa so de yakoye nchi ai ya da se papa ya da se ofofro so ahoma no so ma me fa na ma boss ofo ho na ya de no so aka ho me do fo wo so eje wo papa bi okode ye mo achi mo akwaba pa cha eje wati enka em se na homa no article ya tam no kura ya so
de na naka no titifo amamre ene amane na ka ye kwan pa so a chese boni ni ho bare ne metumi de wo akochia maame na me de wo akochia maame na me de wo na maame be na lady kokko ba ko na di kan de ba na so ye adwuma wa adom no we so ba umbu ba aso mi afese de ba ya so no chairman mo so umbu eti ye be wie no ne de ma be 4 akochi still ya wade wom and so it is our responsibility to know who we really want to marry and settle tina be ma be chinchin aba ku bi wa ohun de tone so wade no eti de na kan keye ba no kura da won se no ya ne na me enti se chichi na o papa o maame se kura do be chia ye bi jao ye jam so your story.
And kwade sa de no ya akọ say ye ware ma no asa ma hu bi wa efie we nti me de na ma oba.
Ba cho ye nje ye be jam kra ka say me she de ne wo papa no ma me.
Oda de wo ma me. Ne ya enu kwade ye kan wo be wu.
There be of course.
Ene so abusua ye. Obi atimi bo abusua o.
Thank you. Woni abusua minimum. Ba na wo kra betima be kan ye ho. Na wo be abusua ni by force.
Me kire say me kra betimi abobọ anamfo bi ano. Amene wakọchire o mo se mabusuafo na aya aware
na unu se na sa awade bebere agane na ejina ma oba na be ma
ebikura nya real
thank you
nti asem no asu nana no kura na aka ye na tete de ne ne de difference abam wanye de suma nko abeda na wachenchina amekwafa another caller wa ahoma no so medofo papa bi ye mo akwaba
ni aso tuska
ya da sepa mienti o mame
me pacho program na mo ya na my very interesting na program na mo ya very interesting ba me person in this pastor say be my be menene wo ho no wakoya no ho say wo freda o emefie me ba ho na waba oba onene tnas na onene ka like our atnache e ka ware ataba sometimes na oya no ho say o nyabotre yen twen kakra ata akoso for so many years.
Many years, yes, I.
Oh, there 3 to 4 years. Recently, no, our friend at a bani hodoma, and my cousins phobia banning chain. Pacho say,
Meton Kakasa, Yanin come off phone or so.
My cousins phobia banning chain to me now, but Romukwa, my bow honum. I say, Namin Timmy, who I say, oh, into going to Maniaka Massa, Namiko, Miko honum. Me kwa me kono bi eni ho but o fia na dwo be one na waba ono aba na e ba ba hese e dia wo be bia na se wako be bia aso ba so me tu obia o se scafom kwa no be bi sana no se ye he dia nya me be ye me wan so o ska ate akoso ama ate me nti de o ye no
enti me dofo book na ne kura ye eso onya we bie me passa ne handles or the better one e beje ne number na ni nkomo ne ahwe way forward because se sika no wo ho a dear pa na esi akwa it means e bia se wa warrior wo ba bi kura no
e wa pampo warrior da
me ka ono e bia no wa warrior wo ba bi na age wa be hia we ne mema no be refuse enne wi ase kura obi anyini mema be bra ware ring ne ko wo mo nshenti no wo mo namo a uhunu sa brand ye fresh onye hwe da virgin wa wo ba miensan wo fie kura ba uhunu no wa attacking him pampe ti men kase we baby but me hwe de e kire ya
oh membrem kakra the truth is that be man no ye wade be friend the indecisive man. Na just say a man you ne bia no akoto muntem. Oye si na ko ka bobuto. Wa be si so no afa. And na say the fear ho or baby type ba ho consistently ti osoro crash. E ti the oba say wo baby ti the no be type ba ho. Wo makwa ma ho. Wa be chi ne say one improve.
Also yen ka book yesem kakra na wo handle so wo contact na we topic we.
Yeah.
Ye here education in here.
Yeah.
Even our for cry say red flags you crowd home.
Of course.
Enya better sir. Yem kwani te babu ko dey so we are won you.
That me dey achew.
Me da wasi bebre.
O dey me dey achew.
Aduma no ti ase.
Oh say aduma.
Me no wa. Priscilla beto. Priscilla yem fa nchew. You Thomas yem fa nchew mu nyina yem fa nchew. Me pa na ye dey che me. Nti mo beto. Priscilla wo hia bi o wo ne Sandra Kapo. Mu nyina mu hia bi.
Yeah, of course. Because where your red flags, your kind red flags are signs your relationship has no future. And you may a chance to dear nation to dear say, me no wo chimpana dear, but one ya indu baby. Indu baby, you bet me award, so ye. And I say, oh, what the mekra. It is any my wo book, you much say, yet not genono, not down also. So what were they so? And your baby a chance to dear, say, ya what dear, now so dear, who I what dear, none ye good no. So this is what the book is all about. Your marriage, your relationship is going to help you.
What number better now?
Okay, my number is 0244 51 5544 0244 51 5544 and I will call Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. DY Donko. DY Donko. Donko no DON. KOH. H in a ritual and R DONKOH. So and I will call YouTuber a nations counselor _official.
Aya samo ye wieni na message na be gum na na ya de pade ne dia ba wa date 10 years. It says a doso but nyame ya doma next week ye beto aso. So ati asent mo fancha me pa mantem me hunu ne ntem. Ti me ne osofo awie nyame hira papa papa mo kunu mesre obi ankopebe. Ye kwa abane aso ye nkomo ne so. Yada siasa mo akwa babiem Adom TV Badwam na o hwe na fisam enkomo no na yeguso de ma no baby aduro no e wo say ye hwese de apomoden no e ho nsam no so etie enti nyame hira so wuguso hwe. Happy birthday nko ma Jeda Majorin Opon Sechi Asempa we eye o ma me frema and I wish you a happy birthday. Afe na rade wanya fe rade mfa 99 kan ho ahodinmu sika bibia rade mfa ndomu ate Jeda nyame hira no onyo kese pa kuzi say wa wo be kese amano abroso na fe Mrs Felicia Hinkan also happy birthday nko emma ukunu Emmanuel Kufia Hinkan pastor e Church of Pentecost na ode emma wo me wo Grace Gift Heba Hospital and a clinic clinic on ha omude evidence based clinic and then one fair drama yeah ni nyina ya na evidence kura won ba kura mbe di share kwabnani asum ya yes enche ndie me kai pa na last week die so edro we de say kura say edro ya di eya bibi fever hawa so de ba ba kire mu fasodo sa enti no enye champon pa cho doctor lemongrass Priscilla Mr. yet ye ni enye champon lemongrass and na maker yes and one de buy but this week here ya do hiama
the entire ya fa bibia ma no de ye be ka ho asem ade aye desa no obi ye nim
desa mo no say mu secret ba ko no
ne brofo de enye sumasem ne brofo de soup incense ana ne twi de na so de prekese
brofo de soup incense
that's what I'm
well brofo
buruni brofo bi wo ha menye ntum
and wo de tu kan twi na na ehu adokoro
Grace Gift say ya de ayensa ba ko e kan ho pa ayensa no ho ye emum na no mi busa ya yese ne brofo de deaf nso yuwu entimi emum say ne brofo ye silence
okay ti ma me free doctor so na ye wi a baba eja kojo na se wono so ne ye wi locations no ne ade doctor mo akwa ba
me joso
ene ye se e ba be ka prekese ho fa so de prekese ye ene ya na ede dan kwa mu a ye bu na ni che Yehu odwom kura hu se de ya kura no. Futuro bomuza ye mfa nya hwe. Na se mfa so wo. So on se Ghana ni di. Ade bi Nyankopon de ache ni bi a eso ni mfa so ma no. Enti ono so de che. Sir. Eti Ghana ha ma abrofo be fa prekese de ko ekoya de kese. So on se na denti. But ye no em benefit ye mpe. But ye na nanu use we e ma o nya yare. Prekese na unu se eyi good aroma no. Sir. Aroma no enye se aroma kwawo. One ye humi ya friend say oxygen. Sam from man. Sir. Ye hia no in our system more. Na ye obi dua bi te se nunum. Ye obi te se akoko mesa. Ye prekese. One say omo perfume out. Sir. We also inhale. Your certain phytomolecules be inside that. Your friend flavonoid. So flavonoid any pee out. Yeah, it treat the lungs. But what does it? And I say infection so lungs in one. It means pulmonary. Prekese the juma pa will be all lung problem. So no prekese together with pneumonia. Say unim lung problem need to say the ebeko. And infections in the chest area. And also obi when you chest congestion and a lung congestion. Na drop ano. Okay. Won sa prekese kro ya no sankita iron. But once obi timi tragana ase. Enya iron deficiency anemia. No atwam no okọ. Na de ba ko me pese ye hu ni. Say our way of life a healing procedure for our system. Broni on padepa. That is the reason why obeko omukromo no. All natural products here can mean to and they depended on human, that is scientist. It is their science they better than natural. It is not yari tiate say wa bruche more. It is yari to say hypertension. Akuma yari, esichiri yari. Say be ma be 45 years, no benya the prostate enlargement. And now say obi oba 45 years the risk of getting breast cancer. A cultural disease 1,000 years ahead of Africa. Because we're entitled to civilization 700 to 1,000 years ahead of Africa. It's almost a disease in our culture. But Ghana, as far back as 1999, saya dia no minum na yenim. E ye den buy. First no ko bibenya saya dia ni bia. No ma travel to Abrochire. Okwaya oba no de buy. Tie friend ska for ya dia. Cause obi ntra Ghana enya saya dia. But today enya one of the major cause of the problems and then man dudu na na stroke down. And man dudu na test wo was low circulation of bloodstream. Obanso low circulation affecting more. The entire man nyasa kind of stroke more. High heel. The wearing of high heel. Guarantee. And a master changing of way of dress. Akofa opposite sex. Another way of wankasano who slow down the circulation of the blood. Oba your friend say hormone. I am a yoba. Now you figure 8 form with hips. The part your friend androgen, estrogen, and progesterone. So it will bar na cheer to amana and an hips to young. It will bar setra. Hey. So or bar setra, me part of oxygen, amount of oxygen. It just will your system about low. And oxygen and lack in the bloodstream, blood never thick, and your free flow through the bloodstream. One of the major causes of a man, and then man do one and stroke. When him say try wearing do one a son a depreciating kosuyano. A dimature. A man do one and kosuya to start. A dimature, it means because enough oxygen will here. Sabi almost seize some part of the body from absorbing energy, oxygen. Now sadly we anywhere in young hospital papa and as a clinic papa. They say grace gift about clinic and laboratory services. Near and Trewa. Obakwa kwa dia drum but enya djuma. Na sister here. Best your friends hospital. A hospital ko kan yare ya. Yemfa pen NC paper so ntro aduro ma wo. Pajo what I said. Hospital papa and a doctor we papa bia o ko kan wa asem kire na. Odi kan hwe the root cause of the disease no aka kire. No aka nwa fi. Your one woman be your friend LNG White, Minister of Healing, or Trasimbi, or see the cause of disease. Or see disease should be attributed to its root cause. See, because Jesus, the great physician, was saying, "We are not catching you." And say, "Come and go you." Now the case here to say, "Say ama." But what I say, it's the root cause of disease. A man who shouldn't we. A man who want calendar, a diama environment.
edru month biana na na yase we no obe period na na yase we no me persevere one no enya light severe
the order ho no
very good me person me tell say abanduro eye aduma because nyankopon nyansa no de hwe say nipa na dru a abro wo in pain no wo de ontwa kakadru no mfa nsuo keke engum no nso ne so onum at 5 by the count of 5 minutes by the count of 5 minutes ajay
no great gift
akakadru
asa wo de achade de
me sa kire another thing obi ana kuma bone peli pa sesrade na adoro ho anasa kuma na kasa week na ebobo mesrew wo de garlic ontwi keke na onso ne so no at 3 by the count of 3 minutes ajay when chiro the healing potencies in herbal medicine na medema no si no na person wo fa e betre location na wa bo numbers
no akeka nyarwa ahodo no mu bi so aka ho
ene ma ye kan nyina so wo ma no mu kaase ho e ma no mu kaase ye se e ho ye ayi pharmacy bibia wo ho so munim na obi de mu a obi kire ntie na ya kire ayo glace gefete heba no ye nkura bata ye miensa mienu wo se ekurum kumase ana ba akon so wo enkanama mu ha na nkran ha ye ba ye moje ye bebi amode ma ye ni nu atwemota petroleum ye ne family love international school ene hwe ne mu ana se ekurum so aso ye panyine no wo sunyan kwantempon no so ye frɛ ho atwoma kufuudua ana se ebu akwa kufuudua mesere mo enya apuoye mantem kufuudua kese mu ho kuma senso yu kufuudua wo ho ebu akwa ye ne gawo papa gawo petrol head no a omo ye ne kafo no mi se ye ho na mebu petrol nti e ho de ibu a wanisem ye ne na hwe ne mu ana headquarters no ewo bade kase kwantempon no so ye frɛ ho ohwim sukun kwantanan so usi ho a ubusa grace gefetia ubia be kiro na dokota panyina make say watena se wo atwemota ha no ne noma ana me de tu gwan esaye mosapo enti mo mfre no na utimi frɛ no no wa kire wo yade anu aduro o ma ho fribo ntu no akoye nyamfa ahode selo 5 tele tele 2 selo tele selo 5 tele tele 2 selo tele selo di etwato ye selo 242 72 52 74 selo 242 72 52 74 na wo kan yade ye mobo yade dine ye dwuma na ye na ye mra kire se untimi nkobobo yade dine sese na emom de ye nsa na ye di tudwa grace gefete yade 9 na ye nhwe sebi de di nkan ye kwata broni frɛ no deprosi de etosu mienu ye achacha sesi wanim sesi wachi ye nhwe eno so ye frɛ no kafusus afei emum se me kan ye no silence ye nhwe ana afei obia wonya ni hawana ni fra enya mfie dunum se nya mfie dunum a ye hwe na se nya mfie dunum a bibinti ye nhwe
no
de twa to kura yimi fu eno so ye nhwe no
Grace Gifts Herbal Clinic for near no din common screen na se number no e wo ho internet se ne wakọ ho sesi e omo de evidence base kire wunua na omo de esanyarwa no nti yenko Dr. Penny Obaso no kokọ fefe otena dwam na ohun se ma yenta ni di ne mani mu sa nti so badi ade animu a na ja se otimu se eye papa nti be shoko na kwaje wa yarisa wate aha na brema kwan na nkomo ni nyina wa fisam so ene no midi besie midi ede afia amankwa tamaklo na Priscilla send a birthday message bi masaba Rita ejewa nyame shraw papa happy birthday nko enfama nyame shraw no trewa shiem no nyo kese kosi se obeye kese pa yada wo ba kofi ampedu ase se odarete ye Priscilla na man da chehne na fe Thomas ABPRO Ike and who again obia nyame shraw me kona oman hene kwabna sante e de pense munso atwaso.
Another issue that requires addressing is the decision of the First Deputy Speaker to upend my admission of the motion and rule that the motion should not have been admitted in the first place. Honorable members, It is interesting to note that this is the second time the First Deputy Speaker has taken the chair and has made a ruling which in fact was to overrule a position I had earlier on established before the House. In fact, the First Deputy Speaker was in my office. And what I'm telling you today, I told him before he left to the airport. The First Deputy Speaker has contended, and rightfully so, on several occasions, that he is not the Speaker. I have also, on several occasions, alluded to various areas of parliamentary practice, where when the Speaker is in the chair, makes a ruling, another presiding officer may not overturn that ruling. The penchant of the First Deputy Speaker to overrule my rulings is, to say the least, unconstitutional, illegal, and offensive. Be that as it may, I shall not be taking any steps to overrule the decision of the First Deputy Speaker to dismiss the motion as moved by the Honourable Ranking Member of the Finance Committee. The Deputy Speakers and I will deliberate on how to present a more coherent and uniform structure in respect of rulings so that the House is guided at all times during deliberations.
Well, Yasaba, the winner was the Fiaman Quantabaclo. Then a CP, so no sweat me, and the design commodity some papers. Baby, I do near twine commons for a higher Badwam on Adom TV in Pesimobre, and Edwin Mamenka, say one of Ghana's youngest, energetic, focused, dynamic, very liberal, and dirty politician. Is the person who's doing an pay. Honorable Fenyo Market, Deputy Majority Leader, a lawyer by profession, a businessman as well, a philanthropist, and a member of Parliament. Lawyer Akwaba.
Why you do CP?
Bibi, come on. It's been a while. You know the shall say about him. Say your position now, about that opportunity is a frequent Badwam and multimedia platforms. Pamijidi say. As time a corner, Uber less busy now. When you're getting me, and I shall say, Bibia, I'm not quite so come, dear.
Why you good?
Constituency say,
you good, Yaminado.
Bibia, I'm not quite so.
The cattle sword for AstroTurf.
Yes, I've seen that.
Mentuman cousin, but MC, presiding member, na being for. And so far so good. You good?
Okay, once I start from the constituency, the controversy, I don't know, but I think it's now ending or has ended. University of Education, Winneba, what's happening there? BBI is settled now?
Some of them just the council members now.
No, everything is settled now because it was just revolving around you. That BBI Kobiana, you had interest in it, especially your interest. I remember those times, just local content, your priority, and so I don't know what's happening.
Well, I mean, I pray that they see through with that vision, but if they don't see it, there's nothing.
So what's the reality now? Who is in charge now?
Who is in charge? As in
is it one or Avoke or Yabuni?
Omahin. For investing and
no, who is in charge now? But you're a member of Parliament over there. I don't know what your problem with that. Who is in charge now? You have played a role in all these things. Whether the role was a plus or a minus is in your constituency. And I'm asking, so as we speak now, matters of the investing.
I've not really paid attention.
So matters of the investing, Abakama, Bibia Jukama.
Well, I haven't paid attention to what is happening there.
No, that's not possible. That's not possible. That's not possible. That is not possible. A key to constituency development forward march. You cannot say that. I'm asking that. So who is now in charge? Avoke or Bruni? And what has transpired? Because there's a change, but there's also another counter plea or whatever that we will disagree to somebody coming to take over. Somebody is saying blah blah and all. What's happening over there?
Well, I think you have to. One information on our website. So I'm sure they call UEW website.
So who is that?
They should have. Let's Google and check.
Are you nuisance to you? You don't want to be part of it?
Exactly. That's exactly the point I want to make. Is UEW matters are nuisance. I don't want to know about UEW. We are doing what we are doing in the constituency. The people are happy by the grace of God. If the management of the council members engage political leadership, then we can have a conversation.
But for the assistance, you don't want to talk about it.
We've had bitter experience, and I'm not interested. UEW matters. I'm not.
But the ruling, Ekase plus 5 others, is that correct?
Which ruling?
That brought the new view.
Let's check. That's what I'm saying. Let's Google and check.
No, I'm saying
I would want us to update ourselves. I mean, can one some no. Is there a ruling?
So Advocate is now the big boy there.
Let's check.
Where is Yabuni? I see Yabuni, Bruni rather, something, yeah. Of Yabuni Venture Capital, good morning. Where is he now?
Let me Google.
Bruni, is that correct?
El Kafada.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Omahin,
no, where is that man?
Omahin,
no, it's the same. You feel constituency now for Ghana proper in parliament.
Right.
But where's Father Bruni? Is it Father Bruni? Yeah? That's the name.
Omahin, the truth is that university for one and some impediment too.
I see. But the school is in session now.
Well, it's an independent academic institution. There should be no political interference, and politicians are not supposed to get into that depth. I mean, at least that is the advice. We take a cue. The empire going there, they will learn to live together in peace and coexist and all that.
So we have a new breed of leaders now managing the university.
Well, if that's what your record says, then that should be it.
You're worrying, say only interest.
Yes, because I don't want my conduct to be misconstrued for the second time. You're in. As the chances saying, no,
so your earlier step in had a lot of confusion by and a misrepresentation.
I'm saying that people misconstrued my good intent, and we've gotten to a point where you don't really want to do something that someone will misread.
What of the local content bit? That now
well, but that is what I'm saying there. We've had in painful, they've expressed divergent views on this. If at any point the university itself feels that, look, this issue about local content, they should pay attention to it, they are free to engage the stakeholders, including me. But you wouldn't, I don't want to say that I would be loud again on the same issue. I think I've been loud enough, all right? I am now focusing on other aspects of development in the community, you know, simply that. And I pray that they themselves coexist peacefully, coexist in harmony, and work together for the good of the community. But UTAG was something that it's a national issue. UTAG striking. So, I mean, on behalf of the majority caucus, I think last week, Yesrahon, Ahumbrase, Yesrahon there, one shena, one bra, mbetraze. Yeah, nature no, Nyankopon Adom to the national. Were announced that they've called off the strike. However, per one internal workings, you know, the various units or branches, you know, would also have to take decision. To me, a situation like this, you know, is merely procedural. To me, somebody may disagree with me. So when national takes a decision, it is naturally expected that the various units will do.
But that's not what is happening.
Yes. So, for instance, any than if they you can be about UEW, UTAG, then once they be at the same time, you know, and the final lectures in painful kakraso frefre. Now also as a American when you want to walk across, you know, and one of them was a former national UTAG president. You know, they look, majority of the lecturers disagree with whatever was being put out, you know, and I think they even issued a statement. As at 10 o'clock, now was on your other platform, but, you know, what kind of issue statement. But as at midnight.
But as of this morning, University of Ghana, Lagos, UTAG, University of Education, winning by UTAG, and it's coming also to KNUS UTAG, total rejection of the...
No, what I'm saying is I can speak to the issue I mean. The American UEW lecturers in Bidum. In fact, do not.
I don't know Basa. Why is he? I
was there one Binme Yadrin and all that. So almost work.
We are meaningful. A crobia de Mrana Chichire. Whether you agree or you disagree to Mbrano city, majority always in terms of Mbrano and Echo. If court shall say, call back to Ejuma.
Right.
Whilst at Ejuma Oyeno, the incommon there will come one seminal.
That's right.
Which one should be first adhered to?
Well, in all situations, the law must prevail, and the position of the Lord must take precedence. It's like you taking an administrative decision. Maybe you're woman, you've been appointed as the host of this program. Abia Dominic was previously hosting Badwam, and Dominic was interdicted, and then you have been appointed as a host. Then a court makes an order. Abia Dominic should be reinstated to run program, but not necessarily coming to host Badwam. But in your friend Adom Hano, the only programmer, Dominic or host Badwam. In this case, you know, though there is an administrative management appointment of you as a new host of Badwam, Dominic, because it is a court order or a court ruling, you must give way. Management would have to withdraw that appointment of or terminate it and allow Dominic to come and take over and host Badwam, because that is a court order. It takes precedence over all other things. Chido bia ompedo ote na wakademi nte. It is America so you there. Court make order. The look, the mazi za American. Once you are a party, and now today even a party, na court is the ma. As a court na sami ejuma. Then if you have other issues, you litigate them. So in the case of UTAG, which is there. The various branches of UTAG would have to really pay attention to what UTAG National put out in their communique vis-a-vis the court order. And then also look at it that they are in the academia. They are our eye and they are our brain. And one civilization or chen emino yo we henesi. Onwa waken kan buku why yenzeme pi nti wonyimambra wonyimeze. Inti no obia nenyu arehwon the academia no one why the conscience of society. Inti bibi dam no generally people don't expect the academia will rather act in a certain manner.
But it's worrying. It's not the best for us in moments like this. It's worrying. It's worrying because obia nim say Sicily crasa den krano ko ura court nkwadia justice will prevail.
Right.
It's worrying when we start flouting or disobeying what court orders us to do, and this one is coming from a certain group of people.
I don't want to believe that they are flouting court orders, because UTAG National represented all the various units in court.
But the subset of it.
Remember, I'm making a point.
Yeah.
I believe that.
So we should write off the subset and just believe the national.
I believe that they would engage them.
No, it's not a matter of engaging them.
No.
One may say court order takes precedence over everything.
The fidelity of it cannot be compromised.
So that is my point. So if that is the case, the national says that we have agreed, we are going back to our classrooms, and then we are going to negotiate and get what we want.
Exactly.
Why would a subset of the national disagree to the national decision? When
so
that's
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying there. I expect national to engage the various units, the various branches. It's my national would have to engage them because you see. National had the mandate from the various branches to negotiate. On the negotiation table, it is not UUW UTAC that does it. It's not KNUSC UTAC, but it is National UTAC. So if National UTAC comes out with a communique, jointly signed by the president and the secretary, and the unit or the various branches disagree. It is a responsibility of national to do a closed door engagement, explain issues, and I believe they will get to that point. I believe so.
Well, I think Honorable Fenyo Markin and the Education Command is Deputy Majority Leader, MP, Efutu constituency, and the Education Command. Honorable, what is happening in Parliament? There's always not disagreements. All these while. Why? What's happening?
We are politicians. Politicians want to be a easy HP, so I'm sure na akayebono. They be all. You see, we are engaged in an enterprise of election. Win. No political party is established for the mere purpose of existing as a political party.
That's not it.
But to win an election, so that you roll out your party policy, your programs. It takes our politician to understand the Minzamanzami. Into no ought to be na yet KKKK. Man, you're worried P. More Hoyan P. Because over 90% of the things that come to Parliament, we agree by consensus. Maybe
over 90%.
Of course, maybe I should say 95%. The last time they've been very cooperative. Apart from this e-levy that their party position simply is that, look, this e-levy or 2024 affair, so don't allow it. Because the fear of their party machinery, and I call it forces of their party outside of Parliament, is that if Wajituma, there may be some dedicated fans here. MPP Abanzebe Yejuma, na I am for Subia, it will be the game changer. It's a battle for survival.
So the game changer is e-levy for MPP.
To NDC, that's what they think.
But to MPP, it's not a game changer.
I won't doubt it. I won't doubt that position. It will be a game changer because as chair of Road Fund, knowing the challenges there, if e-levy comes, it's dedicated, reliable, sustainable source of funding for the road sector. If we are getting 4 billion or even 3 billion and is dedicated, look, the banks will rush to finance contractors because they know there's a high level certainty. A system will be in place. In the contractor, a submit to a certificate. You don't need to go through Goro boys who will come and lie to you, who will mess you up, take your money, and all that. But there's a system where when a submit to a certificate, 3 months you'll be paid, 4 months you'll be paid. There's a transparent system of accountability that every 6 months Aban will report on how the e-levy now the scanner was a road sector, how it's been disbursed. So you know that the main road here has been fixed.
Remember to the matter of trust, but what e-levy are there?
Well, Aban Shishayani there. Says ya coronavirus ya abe. Inya da mabri na rekwa brochi rekwa kwa bobosia. Because one aye kwa bobosia na nkasa so kafra wo wa hunchim. America inflation 7%. America, mighty America. America want to pay
trillions now.
All right? Ejuma ekwa America nde yenhwe yenuanom na wo enuanom wa brochi was it a Western Union na other money transfer was ba ibisa ye interview wo baka cho de on ba kra because nyimpa na adwuma say now zaban kan de e-levy them electronic transactions are ye mobile money na ze ye no abanis look ye nyina ye nkakankra one or starting with 1.75 now about 1.5 and a telcos no one so abani one is in common and what also wouldn't do by 0.25 but Omahin as a could be in a Ghana yen pay attention to in Kanka NDC be someone there time at telcos no war charge 1% in 1% out almost war charge 2% and a politician be kaseyana. This is a private company or MTN or a private company. What charge 2%? And yet the 2% was a road, was a case clinic. Or your uncle Ejumayeku was the 2%. NDC Amayoku when I bread on the momo started. They never raised issue that to even negotiate with MTN they hey, 2% no too much. This has been there. And this aban or in the moment started with Ghana. In a telco, so without any legislation, without regulation, they were charging us 2%. Now, aban ni proposal, Omahin yede sebio Ghana ben aya Akufo-Addo Odano from 2017 was the taxes abama was Zukuyen. Abani be no. Zoya any day issue 2017 budget. Taxes are not all we ye This government abolished taxes, repealed tax laws because Zaya Kenya there. The taxes now a nuisance or how I 2018 the Mara no Krodo. Ye introduce free SHS. Ye introduce free SHS levy. In fact, Omahin again for the records. Ghana ban under Akufo-Addo. The electricity tariffs perform. Emi on your wire to prepaid. We enjoyed up to 17%. Go and play the tape of NDC leader and the then president John Mahama. Okay, there because of the cost of the production had gone up. No, there was no way his government could reduce
realistic prices.
Thank you. Thank you. We should pay realistic prices. Now, Akufo-Addo Bear, no, he walked the talk. Bulk buyers, they enjoyed reduction up to 32%.
But these are not sustainable.
No, I'm coming. I'm making a point. I need to. No, it's not temporal. The taxes that the electricity tariffs that were reduced, it's remained with us. On your temporal, you can't say they're temporal. I'm trying to make a point today. In all of these, we were worse off as at 2016 because we were paying huge tariffs on electricity. 2, we were paying more taxes. The MPP government came. Yaba benum. Yaba no. Za yezi kan ye in there. Ye dam taxes ni nyina fi ho. Otodo yen electricity tariffs no so yetete odo. Dam e-levy is the first major intervention by way of revenue mobilization or revenue generation by way of the abanergy sikebi no orkade look. Ye pedi yezi di dwuma bien ankrankra dwuma ye osana yanin Brenton and yanin Chamber no dodo nara. We school a wonye dwuma. Nda baby obewie school no pe abane dwuma. Mo fama dodo nara awo oman to we nkrofo ze wo CV abro. Enyim CV dodo a awo a ewo we owo wo nchen. What is hwehwe dwuma mo? We expect the boko ministry akope dwuma.
That's correct.
Ameme office CVs no netintindam. Apart from that in me WhatsApp nkrofo send CVs ba. Because or dey akope abane dwuma mo. Za abaner kanye de yem push yembe na wo so won so ankrankra dwuma yem na wakoy ankrankra dwuma wo ho kese nyisi kasam nti dam na oteza no ne yen hyase yenye bibia wo friend mentoring obi woni proposal yen training
that's the trust bit of it
exactly
but that's the trust bit of
training
it honorable for your
bank na onya dam capital no at a very low interest.
That's the trust issue.
Yes, let's discuss it.
That's the trust issue.
Let's discuss it.
You know, we've gone through all these circles of chains of from less debt to what debt to what debt to then to ye to nape to bad. All these things are there. But
Omayin, Obi no can ask them that try me and prove me.
Yeah, you know, that's the problem.
Obi no can ask them.
It ends up that people are beneficiaries of a system that is loose at the expense of the majority of people.
So there's a difference here.
It ends up that even the training so-called, it really does not really happen in most cases. It ends up that you could see potholes, you call Chere in Pada, dear Pam, you so be say, I'm an me, people 4, 5, 3, I'm a ends up in partisan people's hands. So the intent or the import is not mainly achieved. That continues to be the challenge. It continues to be the challenge because Obiaji to say a tour, we cannot run away from taxation. Especially when you've laid the foundation that the times that we find ourselves in, the world, not Ghana, yeah, to boom in the economy, Russia and US, and issues and so intimate running away. COVID, you want they will form, even though you do not support, but still you want they will form the economy. Nankasa, if you train and also building capacity for the Ghanaian to stand on its own, a problem for us. Apart from dishonesty, as Ghana for no, the issue becomes a system that has been corruptible for years. Of course, you're beneficiaries of that thing. What is the assurance? That continues to be the challenge. How different is the e-levy going to be? That we are paying this, and we are seeing this, and we are moving on as a country. So that's the head-on collusion.
Omayin, assembly or Oyanokora, Yenina Yenjintu. And Zarukan, remember, it's our platform, you do. Mbibi Abesinoko. Makade, Ayen, Yesu, Yakamubi.
Of course.
Medma and to say that all your interventions that we take it or your partisan
Maslow, for instance.
No, what I'm saying is that partisan.
Filling of potholes, training of bicycles,
from Rollins Nabri to Poverty Alleviation Fund.
Yeah.
For the Maslow, Atamas the Maslow, Mahama the Maslow, Akufad the Maslow. In one bar, oh yeah. Yemfa inye edwumana onye so mayen se mekay me chairman Kojoham me constituency chairman 2003 yen ma me Gladys Asma na bredo wo man besiafo binum loan na wo ntua was one court mekay pa court dem Kojoham gina organizer wo two tier because was it ono normal was one court but the time Mrs. Asma o make sure them provide then etue sika no was one court. The point I'm making here is that in this e-levy, proposal is different. And that is where you wanted to know. The Anna and Sunshine womb. Or my Zamerica and Sunshine womb. That is why this time, Abanese will introduce a mentoring programmer. What be mentor my friend? A biono was a scanner for traditional banks. So it is going through the private bank. The relationship manager will have an opportunity to monitor the progress of your business.
The system is corrupt.
No.
There's too much dishonesty. The system is tainted with too much partisanship. If the system is pull him down system, the system is I'll not allow a federal market to succeed. That is the system we are operating.
Must we throw our hands up in despair?
But how do we cut off that thing? How do we cut it off?
So it's a collective work. Ibina wants me. The obi we nyambwa on schedule ye, but obi sunya oyen ye. Ibinum call NIEP. No, is it NEIP? John Kuma headed them.
Yeah.
Look, when I saw their reports, some of the gentlemen and ladies who got opportunities, they are doing well. You would expect that in an economy like this, obi be your opportunity. But many people are also determined. Most of these young men, they are looking for 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, 100,000. They have great ideas. I am saying that let's try them, improve them. But I agree with you that we must have a system of checks and balances in place to ensure success. And that is why I can budget now. A comprehensive breakdown of how this will be carried out. So that it won't be business as usual. It won't be like ended up. Inti yankan or find and budget no. Abane say on turn office. No create a desk. No obim budget on kado may organizer. ebia mese me pede mo tondamazi ni se case kan oze coach foundation ni se case kan oze akoto car on fa anye adwuma no but abundance this time the sika no will be channeled through the private banks then you after passing the stager or the one who when you are brother by your adwuma they push you to the bank then it is like abundance guarantee the facility then again in him there if one person interest but at least within your first 5 years within your first 3 years if one kasa aye crowd the be we dwuma aye ne ya is one person benya udwetire fofor a rehia abanem boa o man me share ankrankra dwuma sentem minim za loan otumi ye against business at a point if share we yin the akaje bosia is one person nyina retua interest to me as a businessman that decision by government to help the private sector is the only way to go. So, mark our platform, you know. Abrochiro. The private sector is able to succeed because government intervene on capital. What we are doing here is not new. But I agree with you that the dishonesty bit of it is where the problem is. Obi ajisika na na dwen do urugwan. Obi we nyesika onfanye dwuma na dwen de business mpo amaka me ye it's so worrying obi we nyesika no so me MPP want to me yamhwe that is the problem and that discussion I will be honest enough to open up for that
so back to parliament on this e-levy matter but who can we come from to the extent that Ghana ni or Bobusia or MTN for chips so or do 500 no rich chip no atwa wow good it's good obi good wow Oma is asamaba. Enyim do obi o ware send mumu. Send mumu also ozeka. Ana me ye nkrofo bi me say send to wona manankasa. Obi is ozeka oti honorable memo different. Me say aji one bosia just pay for somebody to benefit.
No be say nya benefit no. So asama ye can but Oma ye mistake in there. Anytime we raise the issue of corruption we limit it to the politician.
That's not true. It should not.
We always say,
we are so corrupt. We are so dishonest.
I also agree that if collectively, we check the system, anye juma, omayen, yenyina robo juregui.
Because who kwaji adie no, who want to wama 500 cities. Obi the idea small was so cross side of Sika. Now Osabo, hey, sorry, we see at Obi 200. Oh, the year we are training. Say that or the cut 200 because they 200. And somebody panic can't go minimum. So you don't want to pay them. Maybe me cheap. Back to Parliament. What continues to be the challenge of the minority in Parliament, i.e. the NDC? Say e-levy in common with Medini. I'm a motive the way clear. Not about Adjuasa for Obaya, Omaye, Waba, Omaye, or so pay, or so easy. What continues to be the challenge? Because if it is a good policy, if it's a policy that has it's national in character, the development, the progress, but what continues to be their challenge? Political mischief? Because of elections? Trust?
Election. Why election? Like I said, see, their party machinery sat down and took a decision. And that is why Harun Idrisu, they will tolerate 1%. They went after him. Okay.
Yeah. But what changed that situation?
The external forces of their party machinery.
But party be our external forces.
I agree. So I'm not faulting them. I'm just being blunt.
But in Parliament, apart from partisanship, the nationalistic character should be there. Well,
then you should tell them. Let them know that they should look at the national interest because
where you are not able to account for a lot of things that you have done, like according to the minority.
No,
they continuously harm you with the Auditor General's report.
Excuse me. Article 187 is clear. Article 187 is clear. You see, your politics are your politics. If you are pursuing national interest to say so, the COVID expenditure work on me. Let me read again. Ended up makana no pay bill. Article 1875. Also, the Auditor General shall within 6 months after the end of the immediately preceding financial year, to which each of the account mentioned in clause 2 of this article relates, submit its report to Parliament and shall in that report draw attention to any irregularities in the account audited and to any other matter which in his opinion ought to be brought to the notice of Parliament. 2. Parliament shall debate the report of the Auditor General and appoint where necessary in the public interest a committee to deal with any matters arising from it.
A committee.
Good.
To deal.
Good. So, the irregularities that they claim,
those are
should be investigated are matters for the Auditor General. No, for the Auditor General.
All right.
Let me read it again. The Auditor General shall within 6 months after the end of the immediately preceding financial year, to which each of the account mentioned in clause 2, talking about public account, account of agencies, ministries and all that, submit his report to Parliament. So our mandate has not been taken away from us. Article 103, that power of Parliament to oversight, it has not been taken from us. That is why I say to Parliament. And shall in that report...
That's the Auditor General.
That's correct. Yes. Mandatory. And in that report, draw attention to any irregularities.
Okay. That's the duty of the Auditor
General. The one koye biano or do catch a Parliament. Hey, sikana mo approving and koye in the account audited and to any other matter which in his opinion ought to be brought to the notice of Parliament. Now go to 6.
Okay.
Parliament shall debate the report of the Auditor General and appoint where necessary in the public interest, underline that one too, a committee to deal with any matters arising from it. So my point is NDC.
So the news out there is sensational.
It's wrong. Again, 2024 election. Because you see, if Yanya elects, they will frustrate us daily. We have to push them back. And that is what we will do. The majority is determined to push them back so that we let Ghanaians know of the truth. Now, you are talking about 2020 government expenditure. The Auditor General is done with his work. Why don't you wait for the Auditor General to get the thing? Yes, this thing has been laid. Let it go to the Public Account Committee. Let the irregularities be identified. And when the Auditor General is done, the Public Account Committee is done with its work, the report will be debated. After the debate, and there are issues unanswered, we form a special committee.
Issues of public interest.
Issues of public interest. But for the time being, there's a bipartisan committee headed by you, the minority. That is the Public Account Committee. So I am saying that they are jumping too early, but the purpose of it is to mislead Ghanaians.
The purpose of the jump?
Yes, because this is what 1817 says. Prudence and procedure. Prudence and procedure, they go together. Rule of law is all about due process. Yes, you have the power to oversight, but the Constitution has qualified it.
But those oversight responsibilities, more careful for the court.
What's the oversight? Go to summon the Chief Justice. That's not how we exercise oversight. Bona fides are properly placed to ensure that good governance, is attained. So NDC one some na work until na me kade say anya careful. They will do propaganda, but Oma in Menyote Hano. Tell me, you registered and some wa Anna.
Yeah.
Did they form a bipartisan committee?
It was not.
Wasn't it the same Parliament? Didn't we wait in your MP before? In your Auditor General no report.
Yeah.
In a Yazaka Sada Samana. Why the NDC if one can them double salary? There should be a bipartisan committee. Is the CID not dealing with double salary?
They are.
Isn't it funds paid out of public funds? Can't we say that as part of our oversight? Now we should set up a committee. All the MPs what the double salary. We are going into it. But because another arm of government, another state institution has that responsibility to deal with it. So, be careful. Too much partisanship. Look, elections enwa omahine say ebewin abewin say ebewin election abewin inye targeting your colleague and saying certain stuff me say ebewin abewin.
Okay, so afei wabakan ho amamen ka obi din komo A to Z.
Look at what they are doing to Ajimamenu.
Yeah,
look at what they are doing to Ajimamenu.
What are they doing?
We all set up a committee.
No, they are they are not clear about matters of Sputnik. They are not clear about matters of Sputnik. They are not clear about how so many other things. They've spelled out reasons why they think that the health minister should push aside. What is your problem? It is for you to explain to us.
On this their conduct against the health minister. Take these words from me. I'm quoting Shakespeare in Macbeth. Had I but died an hour before this chance, I would have lived a blessed life. Far from this instant, there's nothing serious in mortality.
What?
Anybody who attempts to throw mud at Ajimamenu will regret it. Because Ajimamenu may have a little honor higher than somebody's. Let's be fair to ourselves, all right? Let us be fair to each other. In this politics, when we agree on a certain line of communication, and there's good faith, and there's a handshake, we end it there. As some now you throw in our report, you know, Yankada Papani is involved in corruption. We never said that there was any procurement breaches. The end of it, you know, yesterday, look, refund and 1 year because the man sent, he paid certain monies and all that. Nkrofo no one supply.
But the funds is the money back?
Yes, they know. There was this issue that we Chakushi was there, Assembly, Wankano and all that. They called for the tape. The tape was played again, and we were all satisfied there. Contrary to the allegation, Papa no Wankako is a I am saying that those who want to mess him up should stop. It's not fair.
All right, Honorable Fred,
it's not fair.
Probably in the next 8 minutes, we are wrapping up our conversation. If you've just joined us, Adom TV, Badwam and Pensemu Ebre, Deputy Majority Leader, Member of Parliament for Ifutu and Yenene and Komo Ewanse. What is it about the Adjoa Safo saga? DNC. Adjoa Safo Badabeng. Anawaba. Adjoa Safo Badabeng. How about French marking?
1 year, sir.
Adjoa Safo Badabeng. No, Anawaba. Adjoa Safo Badabeng. Or still a member of parliament for the New Patriotic Party? All right, French marking.
Yes, sir.
Adjoa Safo Badabeng. Or still a member of the New Patriotic Party? Or what French marking? Adjoa Safo Badabeng.
Yes, it was 8 minutes.
Yeah, so or still a member of the New Patriotic Party.
Yes, it was 8 minutes.
Is he still the Minister for Gender and what? It is Gender, Social Protection, or whatever. Or does he a minister? Honorable Frederick Markin, you speak to that matter for me.
Hey, says I don't. You have forgotten that when you are interviewing me,
you are not obliged anyway.
I am not obliged.
Yeah,
a lot of politicians make that mistake.
Yes,
today, let's do some public education.
You are not obliged.
If you are not comfortable
with it, but beginning say fair.
You can.
It's a fair question.
You can plead the fifth. You can.
It's a fair question. It's a fair question.
Or say no.
No, absolutely no problem. But or a member of the MPP.
Most of the time, you push people to say things.
Or a member of the MPP. Or a member of the MPP. Or a member of the MPP in Parliament. Or a member of the New Patriotic Party in Parliament.
When certain facts are notorious to you, when certain facts are notorious to you, what do? I'm asking you.
Rhetorical. Or does she a minister in your government?
You see, Omain, I'm a member of parliament in Efutu. You know that.
But that's a minister.
You know that no MP has appointing powers. You know.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah. So, or leave, correct? That's what you have an idea about that. Or leave, right?
Omain, do you want me to be checking my WhatsApp messages?
No, I want you to be reading the response from Adwa Safwa to us on the show.
Stop this, Omain. You better than that. You're better than that. You're better than that.
Oh, Bovache Oraba Fejo Market. He is not ready to respond to.
Boga Yemre.
With the Boga Yemre. Boga need the offer, but we don't do it.
Boga Yemre.
So, probably one or two things you have to try to amend after you must pay. Yeah.
Well, mine, Yabokodo, Yada Ghana Fase. Me just there. Aban biara nyua obotun was score 100%. But a check from manifesto promises. Na ashwe za abanana ye. Ashwe yan records. Yaba BAME 2017. Na nzama ruko ye papa. Until the COVID bay. Even so, Ghana ban in give it up. We are in babyara ahochir aba. But when you know, aban rebono wasn't to demonstrate good leadership. Now, because we are in competition, and Ghana has more or less become a two-party state, it is important to always draw that distinction, compare.
Yeah.
It's not always the case that you must compare. But because there is always an alternative, it is important that when you are having such a discourse, you draw people's attention that the alternative is worse.
The alternative
is worse.
NDC.
Of course. And we would look at records to make such argument. The alternative to MPP is NDC. But the alternative is worse. Because they've had opportunity to govern. Omahin, they've had opportunity to govern. We know yenyimza one if ya watcha waba benim from opinion at a month when any baby call to yan Papa John Dramani Mahama. Yenyimza wa ye na za wakai.
Okay, Alan Chairman Tene Baumia Somochiao. Which one is your favorite?
You want trouble for MPP this month. That's what you want.
No, but these are the major contenders.
What chairman Mejiwando? So what chairman Mejiwando?
Okay. What to forms Nibiana?
How?
No, forms no more to talk, mama.
And the forms no. Or your polling station executives. Polling station executives are what to talk forms.
What to be a mom?
How? Mental forms more then.
But the Alan Chairman the ABC most one as you could see about me. Could you be so?
Oh my constituency chairman, Mezinana Mamo, now I find out from him. I mean, my constituency chairman.
I see. So ideally, we should have challenge 2024 header. Who is the best in terms of chairmanship? Stephen Team, Amir Kunfi, Asamoah Boateng. Ideally, we should the
chairmanship. Chairmanship is the Maka.
Yeah.
Chairmanship is the Maka.
Yeah.
On the Mamu or my choice.
Yeah. I don't know choice though.
On the Mwami choice.
On the way.
On the Maka.
Good. That's why
chairmanship
I say. Yeah.
Chairmanship no lie.
No lie.
No lie. More than another.
More than ano. In this case, Stephen Team.
Baby man cash.
Oh, my God.
Chairmanship in the Maka.
I see. Fantastic young politician, very forceful, and the Ghana agenda always on his mind. Yeah, support to Titu. Remember, no more person more the Ghana call the next level. No, maybe we NDC, maybe we MPP more. We always have to appreciate and acknowledge them, especially at French market. The workload alone is not easy. And when you say a prayer, you have to remember them in your prayers. Very, very
important. 2 weeks,
that's very, very true.
Until this week is it. 2 weeks,
okay. Don't forget, a member of parliament or three ECOWAS in Abidjan, ni crew na mimi crew musuchene we hear ni crew mafutuni have Kenya here.
Winneba is an emerging city in Ghana. Winneba is an emerging city in Ghana. Senyuma.
Thank you so much for watching. Ojami Admechira Ibishia.